12 points. Belgium come here tonight a point ahead of Wales. They're on 11, and Wales 10 points from 5 games. Win it tonight, they move to 13. They go top of the group. Qualification, automatic qualification, is then right in their hands ahead of next month's 2 games, away to Liechtenstein and at home to North Macedonia. That was very special. The Welsh team lining up at the moment in the left-hand half of the field as we look at it from our commentary position sitting in the grandstand here. And Kevin De Bruyne, the Belgian captain, comes forward to meet Ben Davies. They exchange a quick word. You hope that Kevin De Bruyne said congratulations on the 100th cap. Kevin De Bruyne himself wins his 115th for Belgium tonight. He is enjoying a new lease of life at Napoli. He's played in the colours of Napoli tonight, actually. Belgium are in chain strip, they're in light blue, and clearly, Dave Edwards, he is a man that Wales have got to watch out for. In fact, he scored the all-important late winner when the 2 countries met in the qualifier in Belgium earlier this year.
Yeah, still showing his importance to Belgium. It's been terrific in qualifying. People maybe thought the best of Kevin De Bruyne had left him, but he's having a resurgence, playing regularly, and he's still a danger man for this Belgium. They're going to have to watch him so closely, especially early on in the game. After listening to that national anthem, you are so fired up on that pitch that you have to try and rein it in and try and stay ice cold.
And actually, Dave, that's a really good point you make as the Welsh players get into the huddle and the adrenaline will be absolutely pumping. They cannot start like they did at Wembley on Thursday. If they start like that and defend like that, this game, again, could be over in 20 minutes.
Absolutely. Chris Coleman used to have a famous saying before we went out to any game, and it was, you need fire in your belly but ice in your veins. And that's exactly what they need to feel there. They need to be so in tune with what the tactical message is from Craig Bentley, what the game plan is, but still play with that passion, that Welsh fire, which serves them so well.
Bright red shirts as far as the eye can see. This is the 11th competitive meeting in the last 13 years between these 2 nations. Belgium with 4 wins, Wales with 2, the famous one in Lille, of course, at Euro 2016. In qualification for that tournament, they beat Belgium in Cardiff in a qualifier in June 2015. That was Belgium's last defeat in a qualifier, be that for a World Cup or a Euros. They have played 45 of them since then. Trying to beat Belgium in a qualifier is tricky. Doku's on the ball early on, short, squat figure, light blue shirt untucked, number 11 on his back, and it's come back to the centre-back, Artur Tayat. We'll read through the Welsh team again, just in case you missed that at the start of our coverage this evening. Leandro Trossard is starting wide on the left for Belgium, which means that Charles de Ketelaere of Atalanta will play as the centre-forward. Trossard played as the centre-forward of the false 9 against North Macedonia on Friday, but that is one of the changes for Belgium. Doku will start on the right, so Ben Davies, on his 100th cap, has got to mark one of the most informed players in the Premier League and one of Belgium's real danger men in Jeremy Doku. Belgium have taken a throw on the left. Welsh fans singing continues apace. You can already probably hear Craig Bellamy shouting from the touchline here. He's applauding above his head. Ben Davies gets a little glancing header on the ball, and it goes out for a throw-in to Belgium just inside the Wales half. So Wales have Carl Darlow in goal, Nico Williams at right back, Ben Davies at left back. Swansea's Ben Cabango has come in tonight to partner Joe Rodon at centre back. Jordan James is in. He plays alongside Ethan Ampadu in central midfield. Sorba Thomas and David Brooks wide in support of Mark Harris. Big call up front, Oxford United's Mark Harris starts in place of Kiefer Moore. Brennan Johnson misses out as well tonight, and Harry Wilson hopefully pulling the strings for Wales in that attacking midfield position, trying to get a foot in and win a tackle here. There's De Kuyper of Brighton, little ball to the edge of the penalty area. Ampadu intercepts, and David Brooks has a chance to try and get away down the right-hand side. Trossard follows in, Brooks goes down, Trossard wags a finger, and the referee agrees that is no free kick. Wales win the ball on the halfway line, immediately turning it into an attack. Jordan James plays it to Brooks, one touch, decides not to shoot, tried to beat De Kuyper again. De Kuyper gets a foot in, and Belgium have kept it in, but it's back to Wilson here on the corner of the Belgian penalty area. Clever pass there, cross comes in, oh, and a little finish just wide. The back-heeled attempt at the near post was cheeky in the extreme. Mark Harris with the confidence to try something a bit flash, and it actually got a touch and has gone behind for a corner.
Yeah, huge opportunity early on for Wales, and it's Mark Harris. Tries a little flick at the front post. It's a clever move from Wales. Nico Williams finds himself just inside the box, flashes it across the front. Good movement by Harris. Flicks it with the outside of his foot, and it's a smart save in the end. Turned around for a corner. What a start from Wales.
Great start by Wales, attacking the goal away to our right, in front of the Grange End at the Cardiff City Stadium. So Belgium, with their very impressive qualifying record, let's not forget Wales have only lost 3 of their last 29 qualifiers at the Cardiff City Stadium. They've won 18 and drawn 8 of those, and Belgium know all about the challenge they face tonight in Wales. First corner of the game will be taken by Sorba Thomas with his right foot into the near post. That is headed away by De Ketelaere, nodded straight up in the air by Ampadu, drops down on the edge of the box, half-headed away only as far as Harry Wilson. Wilson gets a little nudge in the back from De Ketelaere. A silly challenge from the Belgian striker, because it's given Wales a free kick 25 yards from goal, wide on the right, Dave Edwards.
And Wales keeping the attack alive. It was cleared out to the edge of the box. Ethan Ampadu wins the ball and recycle it. Harry Wilson is going nowhere really. He's running out towards this right-hand side. And De Ketelaere forces his way into the back of Harry Wilson. Gives a foul, and this is a good position, especially the quality. Harry Wilson, Sorba Thomas over the ball. Wales starting very strong.
If there's a winner tonight, that team, that country will take control of this qualifying group. Automatic qualification for next summer's World Cup will be in their hands. You're listening to it on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Northern Ireland, Germany underway, 0-0 in Belfast. Sorba Thomas with the free kick. That looks good. Ball into the far post, headed well wide of the target by Cabango, who was up the highest for Wales. Lovely whip and pace on the delivery, Dave.
Yeah, we're right behind it. He feeds it behind the Belgian back line. Cabango's up early, but can't quite get up and over the ball.
Ben Davies in quickly, knocks Doku off the ball. Cross takes a deflection. Brooks is down inside the penalty area. Wales want a penalty. The referee says that is only going to be a corner. Our referee tonight is Daniel Siebert from Germany, and we're immediately gluing our eyes to the little monitor in our commentary position to see whether Wales had a decent shout for a penalty or not. Sort of bodies coming together there, Dave, in the penalty area.
Yeah, it's a good shout for a penalty. The Belgium are rattled. The intensity of the game has been too quick for them. Ben Davies wins the ball back. Good delivery into the box, and Brooks gets the wrong side of his defender. And there is contact. He does go down, but it's gone out for a corner.
5 minutes in. Wales 0, Belgium 0 in Cardiff. Sorba Thomas from the left this time. Low ball headed away by De Ketelaere. Bounces once. There's Ampadu. Powerful header. Knocked back to Nico Williams. Williams passes quickly back to his goalkeeper Darlow. Gets his first touch of the night in a mainly black goalkeeping outfit this evening, with flashes of orange on shirt and shorts. Here's Ben Davies, Wales captain. Very special night for him. Curling pass, I think that's a bit beyond Mark Harris. Courtois out quickly, side foots the ball away. Wales win the throw, and they want to get the game restarted again as soon as they can. 2 balls on the pitch, so Sorba Thomas can't do that. Belgium have Courtois in goal. Thomas Meunier comes in at right back tonight in place of Fulham's Timothy Castagna. Zeno de Bast and Arthur Théat, the 2 centre-backs. Brighton's Maxime de Kuiper at left-back. Rangers' Nicholas Raskin alongside Aston Villa's Amadou Onana in central midfield. Doku, De Bruyne and Trossard in support of De Ketelaere as the furthest forward for Belgium. Wales all in red, Belgium in light blue. Atmosphere is crackling away under the lights in the Cardiff City Stadium, and the game has started at a really good pace. Here's Davies on the left. Another curling ball looking for Thomas, headed away by Meunier, and the ball goes out for the Wales throw. About 10 yards inside that Belgium half. Ben Davies is there, lobs the throw-in down the left-hand channel. Harris trying to hold off the challenge of De Bast. He's won Wales another corner. That's the big call tonight, one of them, Dave, isn't it, in terms of bringing Mark Harris in to start this game?
Yeah, he had that big chance early on, but it's his work rate what Craig Bellamy won out of him, and he just showed it there. It's thrown into the channel, used his strength, used his body, wins another corner for Wales. It's been a fabulous start by the home team here so far this evening.
Sorba Thomas on the far side of the field from us. Corner from the Wales left flank. Deeper delivery. Free header down and in! Joe Rodon scores for Wales. The Cardiff City Stadium explodes. He got in the right spot. He met the ball with a powerful header. One bounce down and past Thibaut Courtois. It is the perfect start on a big, big night for Wales. Wales 1, Belgium
screaming inside this stadium. We said Wales have started so well. It's another corner, Sorba Thomas. Excellent delivery across the front of the 6-yard box, in swinging, and Joe Rodon finds himself free. Downwards header into the bottom corner. Excellent header. Courtois gets a hand to it, can only push it up into the net, and this stadium just exploded.
Slow start against England on Thursday, fast start against Belgium in the one that really matters here tonight on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Former Welsh international Tom Lockyer sitting alongside. Tom, I imagine you can almost feel yourself in Rodon's boots, leaping to head the ball home there.
And breathe, Ali. Wow, what a start from Wales. If that anthem didn't get us up for it, that start certainly did. And I want to go back to it. David Brooks thought he got fouled on the halfway line. The ref didn't give anything. But what started that period of pressure for Wales then was Mark Harris charging over to win the ball back. He starts that attack off. We sustain the pressure. We actually goes out for a goal kick, and Thibaut Courtois, with all of his experience, instead of slowing it down for this Welsh fans, he takes a quick goal kick, and Wales are able to regain the ball quickly and sustain that pressure.
We have a VAR check, but that is over. The goal stands. De Bruyne wants to get the game back underway as soon as he can. The referee's not happy with that. Hadn't blown his whistle. Courtois fires it back to De Bruyne on the centre spot. 9 minutes in. What a start for Wales. Wales 1, Belgium 0. Let's check in at Windsor Park. Nicola McCarthy watching Northern Ireland against Germany.
Yes, Sally, the Germans, they've come out strong here in Belfast. They're really bringing the game to Northern Ireland. The home side, they don't look overly shaken at the moment, though. Although I think what is clear is that they're going to have to work hard to make their mark on this game. They're going to have to work hard off the ball too, by the looks of things. Stay organised and keep their shape. But at the moment, with 11 minutes on the clock, it's Northern Ireland 0, Germany 0.
Both sides, beg your pardon, starting the night on 6 points in that group. So are Slovakia. They're at home to Luxembourg tonight. Here's Doku with a bit of dazzling dribbling, corner of the box. De Bruyne, I don't know whether he left that or tried to control it or felt he was in an offside position, but he missed the ball anyway. And it's run through here to Darlow, who's kept that in down by the dead ball line, waited for De Ketelaere to come close to him, and then he's picked the ball up. So 10 minutes gone. Wales 1, Belgium 0. Wales' last win against Belgium in Lille in that Euro 2016 quarter-final. You heard the commentary of the goal right at the start of the show tonight. The Sam Vokes second goal for Wales that night. Rob Phillips, brilliant commentary of that moment that took Wales through to the semi-finals of Euro 2016. 5 games since then, 3 wins for Belgium, all in Belgium, and 2 draws here in Cardiff. Both finished 1-1, but both times in those games, Belgium took the lead 1-0 and Wales pegged them back. Tonight, it is Wales who lead. Craig Bellamy has rung the changes, Dave Edwards, and so far, he's got exactly what he wanted from the team, hasn't he?
Absolutely. The balance so far is brilliant, because out of possession, the intensity that Wales are pressing, they're making it so uncomfortable for Belgium, but in possession, they're very calm. The amount of, 2 or 3 times, Carl Darlow, the ball's gone back to him, he's taken his time, he's drawn on pressure, and then he's picked a pass into midfield, and Wales are out. Being able to not just go long all the time, patient, calm, frustrating Belgium, but once they get into the final third, they've really turned it into an exciting match.
Brooks thumps the ball forward on the left foot volley. Wilson takes a couple of touches. Ampadu uses his right thigh to nudge the ball back to Cabango, and Anana came in late, caught Ampadu. Referee spotted that, he was right next to it in fact, and he's given the free kick to Wales, who look full of confidence. And you did wonder what sort of effect the performance at Wembley against England last week would have on Wales. Not a bit of it tonight, though. They come flying out of the traps, and they look not only up for the challenge, but very, very confident indeed, on the ball and off the ball. Here's Darlow. Darlow passes up the middle of the pitch to Ampadu. Under pressure, takes it, knocks it back to Cabango. Slight miscue of the pass there. Doku thought he had it. Davis makes the tackle. De Ketelaere tries to win it off Davis. It's got a bit scrappy. Thomas gets it on the left-hand side, turns into the challenge of Mounier, and wins the throw-in for Wales. Always felt he was going to come back in tonight, actually, Dave, Sorba Thomas.
Yeah, and he's already put in a couple of really good deliveries. Wins his side of throw in there. Such an outlet over on that left-hand side. He'll chop and he'll turn and he'll try and get onto his right foot to get that delivery in. So a real attacking source down that left-hand side.
Yeah, now playing his club football for Stoke. Has started all 6 qualifiers in this group now. 12 and a half minutes played. Wales 1, Belgium 0. Joe Rodon with only his second goal for his country in his 56th cap. I heard an interview with him and Ethan Ampadu earlier in the week, and they were joshing a little bit about the fact that Rodon had a goal and Ampadu didn't for Wales. But I think Ampadu scored one and Rodon was in an offside position, which is why it didn't count. So Ethan Ampadu blames Rodon for that, the fact that he's not off the mark. Harry Wilson with an ill-judged challenge on the halfway line has caught Tayat, and he's picked up a yellow card early in the game. Wales 1, Belgium 0. Let's have another little look at the challenge again. Sliding in, he was never going to get the ball there, and has caught Tayat.
Yeah, and that can be the problem when the atmosphere like it is. You want to really go and show a forceful nature, and Harry Wilson does it, but he's too late, and Tayat goes down, and it's a booking early on in the game, which you never want, especially in that midfield area when there's lots of bodies around you. But Belgium have just managed to just temper this Welsh crowd down a little bit.
Game tonight is also available to watch on the iPlayer and on BBC One in Wales. Latvia-England is our commentary tomorrow night. If England win that game in Riga, we heard from John Murray, our football correspondent, before this one, then England will qualify tomorrow night for the World Cup next summer. That's what France are trying to do this evening. There's De Kuyper's ball to Trossard. Trossard with Williams breathing down his neck, passes back to De Kuyper in turn. Finds his goalkeeper, Thibaut Courtois, a giant all-in-green away to our right. Williams rather clumsily climbs over the back of Trossard, gets away with it, has hurt himself in making the challenge. It's gone out for a Wales throw on the right. So France away to Iceland tonight. If France win that game and Ukraine fail to beat Azerbaijan, then France will qualify tonight for next summer's World Cup, and Portugal could do the same as well as England tomorrow. Ball up the left towards Thomas. Thomas beaten to that by Mounier. Mounier quickly moves it forward down the right. Here's De Ketelaere, makes a run towards the byline, drags it back. Doku's behind him. Doku's inside that Welsh penalty area. Two red shirts in front of him. Finds the pass. De Ketelaere looking for the chip cross. Hits a Welsh body in there. Bounces down on the edge of the box. And Wales managed to get it away through Jordan James, who sweeps the ball away with his left foot, and that's gone out for a throw-in to Belgium on the right. So 15 minutes have flown by in the first half. Joe Rodon has scored the goal. Wales lead Belgium 1-0, and the fact that Belgium are taking their time over the throw, I just wonder whether VAR might be looking at a possible handball here to Ketelaere. Well, it hits Ampadu on the right hand. That is at very close range, Dave.
Yeah, there's nothing Ethan Lamb can do about that. He's only a yard away as it's flicked up at his forearm. There's no doubt it strikes it, but it can never be a penalty when it's that close, surely.
Still waiting. VAR tonight, fellow German Pascal Müller. I mean, the arm to me looks like it's in a natural position. Ampadu is moving inside the penalty area. It is bent at the elbow, so the sort of forearm is stuck out slightly away from the body. But De Ketelaere flicks that at pace from a couple of yards away. But clearly, Pascal Müller is having a couple of looks at this at the moment, deciding whether to send Daniel Siebert to the screen here in Cardiff to see whether Belgium might be getting themselves a penalty. We're still waiting. So the ball is at the feet of Thomas Mounier. The game's going to restart with a throw for Belgium if the penalty isn't given. He's going to the screen. Big worry for Wales. The screen is set up on the far side of the ground to us. Pascal Müller, the video assistant referee, has taken his time. He's had a good few looks. I can see Trossard and Ampadu are in conversation about what's gone on. We're going to get a closer look again, Dave. Referee's made his mind up straight away, says handball, and that is going to be a penalty to Belgium.
Outrageous decision, it really is. They've shown it him in slow motion. He's a yard away from De Ketelaere. It's flicked up to him, and Ethan Ampadu is moving, so his arms are going to be up. It's the running motion where your arm is bent. He's actually doing that. No chance to move it. I think that's outrageous.
Tom Lockyer.
I have to agree with you, but the longer it went on and he went over, he had one look at it and made his mind up straight away. These European referees don't mess around when it comes to handball. They're a lot stricter than we are in the UK, that's for sure. So very, very disappointing.
Kevin De Bruyne was the heartbreaker for Belgium in this group earlier on in the 4-3 win against Wales. Now a chance to equalise here. Away to our left, Carl Darlow has the referee standing almost on his toes here on the goal line as he lays down the letter of the law, what he wants to see from the goalkeeper here in trying to save this De Bruyne penalty. Wales 1, Belgium 0. Well, I've seen De Bruyne score them, and I've seen him miss them. Wales fans desperately waving their arms behind the goal. Darlow dancing on the line. De Bruyne sent him the wrong way, and Belgium equalised. So 2 goals in the first 17 minutes of this game. Wales took the lead through the Joe Rodon header, but the penalty from De Bruyne levels it up. Massive game for both countries tonight. Wales 1, Belgium 1, and Craig Bellamy receives a yellow card as well for his complaints about the penalty, and he turns and sarcastically applauds the 4th official. So I think Craig Bellamy agrees with Tom Lockyer and Dave Edwards about the award of that penalty for Belgium.
Craig Bellamy is seething. As soon as he watched it back on the bench, you could see his disgust that he was even going to VAR. I think it's a really poor decision. Kevin De Bruyne, very good penalty, steps up to it, hits it across his body into the left-hand corner, sends Darlow the wrong way, and all of a sudden all that hard work Wales put into the opening 15 minutes has been undone by a really disappointing decision.
Push in the back on a Nana from Mark Harris. They were challenging for a long ball downfield from Carl Darlow, so Belgium are going to get a free kick in the left-back position inside their own half. Now, the draw suits Belgium far more than it does Wales. Tom's just pointed out on the monitor there that Craig Bellamy's yellow card, it came up on the screen, means he misses the next match. So I presume that means in the stands for the next game away to Liechtenstein. The final game in the group for Wales is at home to North Macedonia. Those games are going to be played in November. Flick on from De Ketelaere. So Wales have got to bounce back from the setback. Belgium, with the point, go to 12 points. They move ahead of North Macedonia on goal difference in the group. North Macedonia will also be on 12, and Wales will be on 11 if this game finishes as a draw. Belgium now have a spring in their step. Giant figure of Anana, sideways pass to his left. Back it comes to the bushy-haired centre-back Artur Théat. Where's number 3 for Belgium? He's got the right wrist heavily strapped, goes back to his goalkeeper Courtois. Courtois now back playing for the national team after almost a 2-year absence. Long ball downfield, Doku chases, won't get there in time. Darlow out to the edge of the penalty area. 20 minutes played in the first half. Wales 1, Belgium 1. Ball is rolled out here to the feet of the Welsh goalscorer Joe Rodon. Still Northern Ireland 0, Germany 0. Commentary of that game is over on Sports Extra right now, also available to watch on the BBC iPlayer. Rodon's ball down the right, finds Brooks. Brooks pokes it back to Williams. They couldn't keep that in, Wales. It's gone out for a throw into Belgium, just inside the Welsh half. So many good games between these two countries down the years, and it looks like we've got another one on our hands tonight. The throw-in is beyond Trossard. Here's Jordan James of Leicester back to Ben Davies. Davies, pace on the pass back to his goalkeeper Darlow. Quick swing of the right boot, the ball goes spinning high in the air. Mark Harris fancies that. Quick pace, takes him past the first defender. Théat slides in, misses the ball, and then finally it's poked away by Mounier. Wales win their 4th corner of the evening, 1-1.
Mark Harris, an excellent start to this game. This time Wales have to go long, they're forced to go long. Sorva Thomas does well just to off-put some of the Belgian defenders, and that allows Harris to latch onto a ball. Beats the first tackle, forces Théat to recover from the left-hand side and poke it out for a corner.
That's the voice of Dave Edwards, former Welsh international, with us here in Cardiff. We've got Tom Lockyer alongside us as well as part of the 5 Live commentary team, pushing and shoving a plenty inside the penalty area. Ben Davies throws his arms up in frustration and says to the referee, "Why are you picking on me?" Referee talking to a whole bunch of players there, and then as soon as he turns his back, obviously it all starts again. Cluster of red shirts just beyond the penalty spot here. Wales have looked dangerous from the set pieces. Thomas's delivery, another one, this time though headed away at the near post by De Ketelaere. James nods it to his left. Thomas gets another cross in the box. Courtois comes, decides to double fist punch the ball away. It bounces midway inside the Belgian half. Doku is onto that. Important challenge there made by Williams. He was down on the ground and won the ball. De Bruyne looking to get Trossard away on the left, and Wales just get the bodies there in time. And here's Jordan James, turns away. That's brilliant football. Turns away easily from De Ketelaere. Now he's chased in midfield by Raskin. Raskin wins the ball, knocks James over, no free kick, and suddenly Doku is dancing forward for Belgium, steps away from the challenge of Ampadu, and Arna sweeps the ball out to the right-hand side. De Ketelaere gliding across the turf into the penalty area, shot with the left foot, blocked at the near post by Darlow, and it comes out to De Bruyne. Dangerous moments for Wales here. Another cross comes in from the right. Mounier headed away. Then Brooks completes the clearance, knocks it up towards the halfway line. Midway through the first half, Wales 1, Belgium 1, and Belgium come back to their goalkeeper. This is end-to-end, Dave.
It is a fantastic watch for the neutral. Nerve-wracking for a lot of the fans inside the stadium, but Belgium just started to get a foothold in the game. Nicholas Raskin, the Rangers midfielder, has won a few tackles in there. He got the ball off Jordan James. That set up the attack, and Karl Darlow's forced into a smart save from De Ketelaere.
Doku keeps a long ball in play, gets this back, and it's hit hard into the roof of the net. Thomas Mounier with a stunning strike for Belgium. Jeremy Doku went herring away down the right-hand side, managed to keep the ball in play. The Wales defence struggled to keep up. Doku saw Mounier charging into the box, and he's absolutely hammered that with his right foot into the roof of the net. And suddenly Wales behind, they were in front. It's now Wales 1, Belgium 2.
It's out of nowhere as well, Ali. Absolutely out of nowhere. Trossard picks the ball up on the left-hand side, just inside his own half, rolls inside. And it's a hopeful pass, and I think the Wales players think he's overhit it. It's going out, it's gone right out to the right-hand corner. But Doku hasn't given it up, used his pace, kept it in. Wales are running back towards their own goal. He picks a pass to Mounier, and it's a terrific hit. Cut back just inside the box, high into the roof of Wales's net. Fabulous finish, and this game has just been turned on its head.
Wales 1, Belgium 2. Tom Lockyer sitting alongside me here. Funnily enough, from what Dave was saying there, Tom, as the pass was hit from Trossard, I almost turned my eyes away because I thought that was going long. I thought Doku had no chance.
Yeah, and if there's one man in this stadium who can get on a pass like that, it is Jeremy Doku, and he actually didn't even have to break third gear to get to there, and Ben Davies was never going to get back in time, and you, for the life of you, think he's going to retreat Ben Davies into the penalty area and just get at him because he's so sharp, and it wasn't the case. He picks out a perfect pass.
Here come Wales down the right with Williams. Don't forget, in Belgium earlier on in this group, this game finished Belgium 4, Wales 3. Belgium led 3-0 in the first half. Wales got it back to 3-3. De Bruyne scored late to win the game. Ampadu lofts a ball up in the air. Davis cushions a header. Ampadu stretches to win the next one. It falls at Trossard's feet, though, inside the Welsh half. He brings the ball down. Little step over. A couple of Welsh players follow him out there. De Ketelaere is knocked off the ball, and then Williams drags Trossard back. He was running past him. It's going to be a free kick on the left for Belgium. There's a little bit of afters as well between Joe Rodon and Charles De Ketelaere. I wonder whether Nico Williams might get booked for that as well, because there was absolutely no attempt to play the ball. Trossard was getting away. Maybe the referees decided not to go with that.
Yeah, it looks like he's got away with that one, which is lucky for Nico Williams, but Belgium are just starting to play at the same intensity which Wales started with. They're matching them now in these battles and duels in midfield. Just spoke about Nicholas Raskin a moment ago. He was terrific in their draw against North Macedonia midfield, won so many tackles in there, and he's just starting to stamp his authority in the middle of the pitch. Won 3 or 4 tackles now in the last 5 minutes, and it's just given Belgium a bit more chance to get forward.
Let's not forget, Belgium ranked 8th in the world, have qualified for the last 6 major tournaments and have done so every time by winning their group. It's the 4th time in the last 7 qualification campaigns that Wales and Belgium have ended up together. Belgium lead 2-1. Pacey delivery from De Kuyper. Théat is there, knocks it just wide with his right foot. First effort was blocked, it then bounced back to the centre-back. He poked a right foot at the ball, knocked it wide of the post. Wales get the goal kick. 27 minutes in, Wales 1, Belgium 2.
It's a brilliant delivery, left-footed delivery towards the back post. Wales can't get it clear, and it lands back at the feet of Théat. Just pokes his foot at it. It looked like for a moment it's flying into the top corner, but fortunately for Wales, just the wrong side of the post.
Next break in play, we'll take you back to Windsor Park. Northern Ireland at home to Germany tonight. Starting the night, level on points with Germany, on 6 along with Slovakia. That great win against Slovakia that has put Northern Ireland in a great position in Group A. Wales 1, Belgium 2. Wales trying to build from the back with Rodon, who got them off to such a fabulous start tonight with a downward header that bounced up high into the roof of the net. Rodon and Cabango exchange passes. Rodon out to the right to Brooks. Brooks is chased by De Kuyper. Back it comes to Rodon inside the Wales half. And Rodon can only turn and go back to his goalkeeper, Darlow. Out to Cabango, wide it goes to the left this time to Ben Davies. Doku closes that down. Davies plays back to the Swansea centre-back Ben Cabango, 25 years old. 7th season in the first team at Swansea, approaching 200 first team appearances. Big night for him tonight though, in the red shirt of Wales. Here's Rodon, back to Cabango again. Belgium keeping Wales penned in inside their own half. Cabango looking for an option here. Pushes the ball forward to himself. Little 1-2 in midfield. Back it comes to Cabango. Cross it goes to Rodon. Nico Williams starts to make a run from deep. Brooks gets on the ball just inside the Belgian half. Short pass to Harry Wilson. Back to Rodon again. Very patient from Wales. But Belgium comfortable, and at the moment leading this game by 2-1. As I say, next break in play will take you back to Windsor Park. Rodon and Cabango continue to exchange passes. Then the longer diagonal from Cabango, looking for Thomas, headed away by Mounier. James tries to win the 50-50 against Onana, doesn't do so. Interception there from Cabango. James again finds Thomas. Thomas moving away from the Belgian goal. Back he comes towards the halfway line. Here's Ben Davies in his bright orange boots. He turns, passes back into his own half. And Cabango thinks about the longer one again. But now a goal at Windsor Park. Here's Nicola McCarthy.
Yes, indeed, Ali. The Germans have taken the lead here in Belfast. It was a corner from the right-hand side. David Rome sent it in. It came off the head of Nick Voldemade. It was, I would say, a disappointing goal from Northern Ireland's perspective from a defensive point of view. But the Germans, they really have put Northern Ireland under pressure in the opening half hour here. They've come to Belfast. They've taken the game to them. They've gotten their just desserts. It's Northern Ireland 0, Germany 1.
Commentary continues over on Radio 5 Sports Extra. Courtois under pressure. That's not the best clearance. Williams senses an opportunity, leaks to try and win the header. Loose ball from Rodon. Oh, Onana's miscued there. He gets lucky. The ball slices off his right foot, and he gets a chance again to find Raskin. Raskin quickly to Doku. Danger again for Wales. Crossing. Oh, and the shot from Trossard hit Rodon. Spins up over the bar and goes behind for a Belgian corner. It was very nearly 3-1 to Belgium. They look dangerous.
They do. Belgium moving through the gears quickly. They just get the wrong side of the Welsh midfield. It's Raskin who finds Doku 1v1 against Davis, takes on the early cross, and then arriving is Trossard, middle of the box, tries to open up his body on his left foot, and Joe Rodon recovering gets a really important block.
So Germany 1 up away to Northern Ireland. I can see Ukraine have taken the lead against Azerbaijan. And here it's Wales 1, Belgium 2. Tomorrow night, full commentary of Latvia against England. Matt Upson is alongside John Murray and Ian Dennis for that one. Here's De Bruyne's corner. An away swinger hits Onana. Darlow comes scurrying off his line. Picks the ball up on the second bounce. Races out to the edge of the box. Then fires it long on the right foot volley. Looking for Thomas. Thomas just backs into Mounier here, trying to make it difficult for the Belgian right back. No problems for him there, just lofts a ball down the right to Doku. Doku takes his time, finds Raskin. Raskin of Rangers. Cross to Artur Tayat, who's got this long curly hair tied back in a big bunch at the back of his head. Looks like a big load of sort of dark brown candy floss bouncing around on his shoulders of his light blue shirt. Mounier. Here's Tayat. Tayat to De Bass, the 21-year-old who plays his club football for Sporting. Back to Courtois. And Courtois knocked it. I thought it went straight out of play. No, Davis wins a header, nods it down the left-hand touchline. Now it's gone out of play for the Wales throw on the left. So half an hour in, Wales 1, Belgium 2. Belgium win the game. They take control of the group. They know 2 wins against Kazakhstan away and Liechtenstein at home will qualify them for next summer's World Cup. Wales will then battle for the runner-up spot in the group if Belgium were to win tonight and win those 2 games. And Wales-North Macedonia would then become a big game here in Cardiff. Last game in the group, but as I said before this game kicked off, Wales also have the backup of being a Nations League group winner, which is very likely to qualify them for a playoff place anyway. Raskin back to Courtois. Some of the passes back to Courtois have not been the friendliest. He had to race out quickly there, and he's hurriedly cleared it away for a throw into Wales on the left. Dave Edwards.
Yeah, this is what Wales have done so well. They forced Belgium back towards Courtois, but every time they do, Mark Harris is sprinting him down and forced him into a rush clearance.
Yeah, here's Jordan James. Wales taking advantage again. Belgium couldn't play out. There were 2 balls on the field there. Luckily, Ben Davies has not one out of play, and play continues. Brooks on the edge of the Belgian penalty area, back to Ampadu, 40 yards from goal in a central position, across to Cabango, wide it goes to Thomas. Doku and Mounier double up on him, cross comes in, good ball, Wilson chests it down, the first touch takes him too wide, down by the byline, stands across up with his right foot, Trossard is there, heads it away, Ampadu nods it to his right, Williams has to sprint to get that ball, knocks it through the legs of Trossard then cleverly gets his body in the way, Williams continues to battle, and Trossard does well to shepherd the ball out of play, and it goes behind for the goal kick. Wales 1, Belgium 2.
Yeah, this was a big chance for Wales. The ball's over on the left-hand side. It's an in-swinging cross, and Harry Wilson has made a run from maybe 20, 25 yards outside the box. Darted in, ghosted, and they haven't picked him up. And he's arrived on the edge of the 6-yard box. I think he should have gone for a diving header straight away, opts to chest it down, then the moment's gone, but the run was really good. He wasn't picked up, and that was a moment Wales could have taken advantage of.
More thoughts coming from Tom Lockyer shortly as well, who's with us here in Cardiff tonight, watching Wales 1, Belgium 2. Oh, look at Doku zipping down that right-hand side. Gets away from Cabango into the counter. Lays it back to De Bruyne, thumps it over the bar. Met it cleanly, leant back and smashed it over into those Wales fans. Another good chance for Belgium.
Doku is the player on the pitch. You can just give this game the X factor. Lovely touch down the right-hand side, evades 2 tackles, and very much like the Mounier goal, pulls it back. Kevin De Bruyne, the man you don't want to be arriving on it, just leaning back as he hits it over the bar. That's unlike Kevin De Bruyne, but a big moment.
Carl Darlow, ball at his feet, goes out to Cabango. Cabango's longer ball forward, volleyed up in the air by Mounier, drops down in the middle of the Wales half. Ampadu wins the header, goes wide to Sorba Thomas with the socks rolled down, the old-fashioned black boots, tackle made by Ben Davis in the end, goes out for a throw into Belgium. Tom, what are you making of the first 35 minutes tonight?
Well, Wales started extremely brightly and they almost got sucker punched by that penalty decision, and the Welsh fans have felt that as well. They're only just starting to recover now with a few songs themselves, but yeah, really disappointing, and Wales really on the back foot now, and Doku really is the key man. He is causing trouble everywhere he goes.
De Bruyne goes to his left this time to De Kuyper. De Kuyper hits that well, slicing wide of the right-hand post. Darlow had it covered. De Kuyper has scored some goals for Belgium already. This is only his 14th cap, has 4 to his name, and that is why Brighton signed him from Club Bruges. He started well there, has already scored in the Premier League this season in Brighton's 3-1 win against Chelsea. So Belgium not settling for 2-1, certainly when the opportunities are there. They are trying to get further ahead in this game. Wales have got to be careful at the back, have still got to offer that threat up front. They know this game isn't over. Wilson's trying to run onto a ball on the halfway line. Raskin holds him off. Tayat lofts one over the top. And Trossard he was coming towards him. The ball went over his head and all the way through to Carl Darlow. This game is moving at a rapid pace. Ampadu's got to be careful there, under pressure from Raskin. Saw him coming, knew he was there, holds him off. Rodon, good incisive pass through the lines to Wilson. Wide to Bournemouth's Brooks, back to Rodon. Darlow gives him a shout, comes trotting out of his penalty area, side foots a little pass forward here to Cabango, and Belgium just back off in their light blue shirts, retreat into their own half, and Wales playing out to the right to Brooks, looks for that little first time tickle round the corner to Wilson. Wilson's there, knocked off it, fouled by Tayat. Free kick for Wales just inside the Belgian half on the right. Germany 1 up away to Northern Ireland. Commentary of that game is over on Sports Extra. This is Wales 1, Belgium 2. If you are just tuning in, Joe Rodon getting Wales off to a flyer with an early header to give them the 1-0 lead. De Bruyne equalised from the penalty spot. Cross comes into the Belgian penalty area. Brooks throws himself at it. De Kuyper was confident he wasn't going to get there. The cross gets beyond Brooks and bounces behind for the goal kick. And then Thomas Mounier with a thunderous strike that almost went through the hands of Darlow. It was so powerfully hit from about 12 yards out, ended up in the roof of the net, and that is why we're at Wales 1, Belgium 2. But Wales will always feel here, Dave, chance like this as Belgium play out is where they might get them. Harris closes it down and the ball comes off his left boot and goes out for a Belgian throw in the right back position.
Yeah, they have these triggers, Wales, when a first pass is made out of that Belgian defence. Harris will go, or Sorba Thomas will go, or David Brooks, and then he'll be joined by Harry Wilson, Jordan James, really trying to overwhelm this Belgian defence on the ball, and they have won the ball back or forced them into clearances quite often. And in possession, Wales have been impressive as well. They look very calm on the ball. Just those two moments, that the penalty decision obviously turned it, but Belgium do look dangerous on that counter-attack.
Yeah, I don't think the goal scoring is over yet. Belgium made a mess of their throw, which has given Wales the chance to go for a long throw. Ethan Ampadu took a red and white towel there, got as much moisture as he possibly could off the match ball, which gleams white in his hands on the far side of the field. Runs to the touchline, low, powerful trajectory into the penalty area, headed away by Mounier. Thomas lobs it back towards the edge of the box. Doku leaps, misses his header. Davis tries to lay it off to Harris. It falls to Doku again. Little trick from him. Harris gets a foot in, takes it off Doku. Brooks is there to help out for Wales. Brooks wins the ball and then calmly, with the outside of his left foot, comes back to his goalkeeper, Carl Darlow. Darlow forward to Ampadu. Ampadu sees a bit of space inside his own half. Doku's not that interested in chasing him, so Ampadu is able to bring the ball forward, finds Thomas. Thomas wants to run at Mounier, has the beating of him, crosses low, volleyed away by De Bast. Good little spell for Wales. They want to throw. Thomas thinks about taking it quickly, decides against that. They might go for the long one again, and if it comes in at that pace from Ampadu, that is a weapon.
Yeah, all you need is a little touch, a little glancing touch, and of course lots of problems. And if they can't get that, keep the attack alive like they've just done.
Wales 1, Belgium 2. With the win, Belgium would go top of the group, 14 points. North Macedonia on 12. Wales would stay on 10. Wales away to Liechtenstein, at home to North Macedonia in the last 2 games in this qualification campaign next month. Ampadu, higher trajectory on the throw, headed away by Anana. Ampadu stretches, got a right foot to the ball. Here's danger for Wales again. Doku, one touch, then sees Trossard racing away. Thomas is trying to stick with him for Wales. Here's Trossard, 25 yards from goal, curling pass into the box. Wilson has a hack at it with his left foot. It goes wide of his own goal and behind for a corner. He had to have a go at getting a touch on that, though, because De Bruyne was lurking right behind him.
Yeah, right smile from Harry Wilson, but once again, Belgium counter-attacking with so much pace. Doku picks out the runner Trossard, who forces his way into the Wales half. He tries then to find De Bruyne at the back post. Harry Wilson's tracked all the way back. And it really is a right-footed clearance as it comes in from the left-hand side, but he goes for his left foot, slices it horribly. Right,
they've taken the corner short, Belgium. They lead 2-1. What can they conjure up from here? Mounier and Doku exchange passes. Doku stands still for a second. Everyone takes a breath. Then a little pass prodded into Trossard, back heel. Raskin finds Doku again, tight spaces inside the Welsh area. Wilson can't get it away. De Bruyne's curler hits someone in there. Welsh defender goes behind for another Belgian corner. It feels at the moment, Tom Lockyer, like the game is sort of suiting Belgium. They've got themselves in front and they fancy their chances on the counter.
Yeah, they're happy to get everyone behind the ball and hit Wales on the counter-attack. And I know they overhit that one, Trossard did, when he was trying to pick out Kevin De Bruyne, but Doku made the right decision. Trossard made the right decision to try and find the right players at the right time. But yeah, they are looking at a massive threat at the minute.
They lead 2-1, Belgium. Right-footed corner from De Bruyne, an away swinger. Cabango wins the header. Raskin nods it forward. Ampadu is there, clears with his head. Another header from Raskin, then Williams. Up in the air it goes. Ball drops down inside the Welsh half. Here's Anana. Little pass to his right to Trossard. Tries to open play up to the right-hand side, but the ball is well behind Doku, who has to go running back towards the half-line to collect. Finds Mounier. Doku again goes back to Courtois. We're into the last 5 minutes of the first half here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds if you're listening on the go. Long ball forward, might drop to De Kuiper. Danger here, crossing to the far post. Sliding effort from De Ketelaere. Couldn't get on the end of it, and the offside flag was up. De Ketelaere was appealing that he was pulled back inside the box. Wouldn't have counted anyway. That is going to be a free kick for Wales. Wales 1, Belgium 2. Dave Edwards.
Yeah, it's the first time Wales haven't been able to get pressure on Thibaut Courtois. He has time to pick his pass. Big raking diagonal one. Trossard competes with Nico Williams. To Kuiper from left back, sneaks in down that left hand side, tries to flash one across the box. De Ketelaere isn't far away from it, maybe just offside. The flag went up, but it was tight.
If it does end up in the playoffs for Wales, what that will mean is a one-legged semi-final and hopefully a one-legged final in March 2026. 12 groups, 12 European teams qualify automatically. The group winners will go through to the World Cup next summer. There will be 4 other spots up for grabs. Teyat with a header away for Belgium. It bounces in front of Raskin. He's able to bring it down on his chest. Looks for the 1-2 with De Bruyne. Raskin fouled off the ball by Ampadu. Free kick for Belgium. There is so much quality inside this Belgian team. And yes, they're probably not as strong as that side that made the World Cup semi-final, say, back in 2018, but the likes of De Bruyne and Doku and the strength and running of Onana in central midfield. And actually Meunier, who scored that second goal, 34 years old now, but he's played club football at Paris Saint-Germain and Borussia Dortmund. Courtois, such an indomitable figure in goal, as well as Théat launches it forward with his left foot. Davis jumps, heads it back to his goalkeeper Darlow. 3 minutes left in the first half. Craig Bellamy still dancing around inside his technical area, following every kick of the ball here as Rodon passes back to Darlow. Darlow inside his own penalty area, sweeps it out low to Cabango. Cabango running forward, slides the pass down the left to Davis. Davis infield, that is just beyond Harris, unfortunately for Wales. Théat steps in, thumps the ball anywhere will do at that point, and through it goes to Darlow. Darlow just feeds it short here to Cabango, and again Belgium just back off, leading 2-1. They're happy for the Welsh centre-backs to have the ball there. Rodon gives it back to Cabango. Cabango, low ball to the left, finds Thomas. Red shirts start making the runs infield. Can Thomas find someone here? Jordan James, left foot strike. Courtois palms it away. Rebound falls just behind David Brooks. Dummy run from Nico Williams. Brooks then looks for a little pass into Wilson. On the right is Williams, just outside the penalty area. Wales looking for an equaliser just before half-time. Wilson again, onto his left foot. Cross comes in, not the best. Headed away by Raskin, stooping low to win the header. Good ball from Ampadu. Falls to Wilson. Oh, and the shot goes across the face of goal and behind for a goal kick. I'm not sure if he was looking for the far corner or if he was hoping that Mark Harris would slide in and get the crucial touch. Dave Edwards.
Lovely passage of play from Wales, building out the back, keeping the ball, then keeping the attack alive, and Ethan Ampadu, the most wonderful pass inside the left-hand side of Belgium, nearly gets Harry Wilson in, opts to go for the cross rather than shot, and just before that Jordan James had a volleyed effort from the edge of the box, struck it really well, forced Thibaut Courtois to make a really smart save down to his left-hand side, but Wales are coming back into this game with some real quality in possession.
Yeah, they've shown they can create the chances against Belgium. They're definitely not out of this game. Wales 1, Belgium 2. Courtois crashes it forward with his left foot. Davis runs infield to intercept. Ampadu is there to get onto the next ball. Back it goes here to Darlow. Shortly we're going to see how much added time we've got at the end of the first half. And that is 3 minutes. 3 minutes left of this first half in Cardiff. Wales taking the lead. Belgium now 2-1 in front, trying to extend their unbeaten run against Wales to 6 games. But it will be their first win in Cardiff for a while. Their manager is the Frenchman Rudy Garcia, took over at the start of the year. There's Rodon, little touch, brilliant there from Brooks, lays it into the path of Williams, streaking away down the right, low cross comes in, Onana stretches out a long leg, gets a touch on the ball, comes back to Williams. Williams dummies the cross this time, he's being moved away from goal. Ampadu's there in support in the inside right channel, comes infield to Wilson. Wilson dances into a little bit of space, wants a free kick. Referee tells him to get up off the floor, and Belgium come on the counter. Here's Meunier bombing on from the right-hand side. He'll get to that ahead of Ben Davis. De Ketelaere wants the return pass. Meunier decides not to feed it into that space. Welsh fans now booing that decision by the referee not to give Harry Wilson the free kick. He was looking just to wriggle into that bit of space to try and get a strike away from the edge of the box. And Belgium working it nicely down the right. Looking for Doku at the moment. There's De Ketelaere doing the dribbling on the corner of the Welsh box. He's down on his knees, no free kick. Doku's a little bit deeper there. Thomas comes away with the ball for Wales. Thumped clear by Jordan James. Théat heads it forward on the halfway line. De Bruyne chests it down under pressure, gets it back to Raskin. Nicholas Raskin of Rangers, winning only his 7th cap for his country tonight. Onana, chipped ball over the top. Craig Bellamy wants an offside flag to go up here. It stays down at the moment. Trossard collects that ball on the left. Walking pace, curls a pass to De Kuyper, and then De Kuyper hurried into a pass that goes out of play by Brooks, and that'll be a throw into Wales in the right-back position.
Yeah, once again Craig Bellamy remonstrating to the 4th official. He feels decisions are going against his side. Looked like a foul on Harry Wilson when they're in a really good position. Also an offside call which wasn't given. What I must say is, after going 2-1 down, you were worried for Wales because Belgium looked so dangerous, but the way they've settled back into it, the way they kept possession has been really impressive. They're happy to have the ball at the back, drag Belgium onto them, and then try and find them in the little pockets, the little passes of midfielders and wide players.
Here's a run from midfield from Jordan James. Lofted ball from Ampadu is headed back by Mounier to his goalkeeper Courtois. More from Dave Edwards and Tom Lockyer at half-time. We're 30 seconds away from the half-time whistle. Just going to check on that score at Windsor Park as well. Last we heard, Germany leading 1-0. They still are. Kosovo 1 up away to Sweden. That game is at half-time. Iceland leading France by 1-0 this evening, and Azerbaijan have equalised away to Ukraine. Half-time in this group, by the way, North Macedonia 0, Kazakhstan 0. So North Macedonia with the draw would move to 13 points. Brooks and De Kuyper bump into each other just before the half-time whistle. The referee calms that down immediately. De Kuyper picks himself up and disappears down the tunnel. And Ben Davies comes trotting across. The Welsh captain, his 100th cap tonight. It started perfectly for them with the Joe Rodon header. The big decision in the game was the penalty given to Belgium via VAR. The flick pass from De Ketelaere, it hit Ampadu on the arm. It wasn't given on the field. Then the referee was sent to the screen, pointed to the spot. De Bruyne stuck that away. And then Thomas Mounier's goal, powerful strike into the roof of the net, has Belgium in front at half-time. Wales 1, Belgium 2. Deli.
Ali, thank you. Many supporters now heading off for a half-time pie, so Wales have things to do in the second half, trailing Belgium by 2-1 here. And as Ali was saying, it all got off to a perfect start. Dave Edwards, it was what Craig Bellamy would have wanted, bearing in mind they were so slow against England on Thursday night and equally in Brussels in June against Belgium. An explosive start.
Yeah, I think that Craig Bellamy's team talk before the game, the strategy had gone through in the week. That was perfect. What they did in that first 15 minutes, it had Belgium rocked. They'd got the goal. The intensity out of possession was really good, but they were really calm on the ball as well when they had it. They weren't rushing it. They weren't just going long. They were waiting for the right moments to get the ball wide or get it into the dangerous players like Harry Wilson and David Brooks. So they got their goal, and at that point, Belgium were rattled. It wasn't until that penalty decision which really turned the game on its head. That's
the thing, Tom Lockyer, isn't it? It was that penalty decision in the 18th minute that, as Dave said, turned the game on the head. How much did that derail them, Wales? I mean, was it harsh?
Yes, and yes, it did derail them. It was the perfect start for Wales. The crowd were up, they were on the front foot, they were pressing with real intensity. They had Belgium rattled. Every time the ball went back to Courtois, he was kicking long, he wasn't taking any chances, he didn't want to get caught on the ball. And then that penalty just deflated the whole stadium. You could just feel it, and it went to the VAR, and it took, I don't know, 30 seconds, but the longer it went on, you just knew that it was going to get given. And as soon as he went over, I don't even think he looked twice at it. He seen one slow motion replay of it, and that was enough. So yeah, very disappointing, and it really knocked Wales for 6.
And if this match between Belgium has anything to show for it, then I think we might be in for quite a second half, because obviously it was 4-3, wasn't it, in June in Brussels. So there's plenty of football hopefully to be played in the second half. Also in our group, in Wales's group, as Ali was saying, North Macedonia 0 at half-time, Kazakhstan 0 as well. It's also half-time in Belfast at Windsor Park. Northern Ireland with work to do, Nicola McCarthy.
Yes, absolutely, Della. They've struggled this first half. Germany have a 1-0 lead here at half-time in Belfast. They started well, the visitors. They played with a very high intensity this half. They put a lot of pressure on Northern Ireland. Michael O'Neill's side, they did manage it well for about half an hour despite some good German chances. But then on 31 minutes, Newcastle's Nick Voldemade, heroes to meet David Raum's corner, heading it into the top left-hand corner. Northern Ireland, they'll be disappointed they didn't defend the set piece better, but in truth, it had been coming. They've had a few moments of their own, though. They thought they had taken the lead in 14 minutes. The ball was in the back of the German net, but it was ruled offside. Jimmy Reid, he sent an effort over the bar before Ali McCann dragged one wide of the post just before the break. So there are some positives for the side to look at half-time, though. I think they will be glad, Della, to see that half-time whistle. They really need to regroup, and I think we might even see some changes from Michael O'Neill. But half-time here at Windsor Park, it's Northern Ireland 0, Germany 1.
And Nicola, thank you. So a big 45 coming up in Belfast, a big 45 coming up here in Cardiff. Also in Northern Ireland's group, Slovakia 0, Luxembourg 0 at half-time. We'll have more, by the way, on the England squad for Rugby League's Ashes series to come in a moment. But first, let's break for the BBC News with Nick Hatfield.
the voice of the UK.
This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
There have been celebrations in Israel after the release of the last 20 living hostages being held in Gaza. Coffins of 4 dead hostages have also been handed over by Hamas. As part of the ceasefire agreement, Israel has also released almost 2,000 Palestinian prisoners. President Trump is now in Egypt for a peace summit after earlier speaking at the Israeli parliament. Sir Keir Starmer is among the world leaders at that event.
The challenge now is tomorrow, an implementation, and therefore, yes, today is historic, but what happens tomorrow really matters. And that's why what I've been discussing with leaders all day is what part can we play? And we, the United Kingdom in particular, I think, can play a part in monitoring the ceasefire, but also decommissioning the capability of Hamas and their weaponry, drawing on our experience in Northern Ireland.
Well, President Trump has called his peace agreement a historic dawn for the Middle East. Sir Mark Largrant is a former UK ambassador to the UN, and he's cautious about talk of a lasting peace.
Potentially, it is a big moment, but we've been potentially at these big moments in the past. So I think one has to be a little bit realistic and indeed a little bit sceptical. One has to put on one side the hyperbole from Donald Trump talking about a historic dawn of a new Middle East. I think we're a very long way from that.
In other news tonight, the former French President Nicolas Sarkozy has been told his prison sentence will begin next week. The 70-year-old was given a 5-year term on charges of criminal association for trying to raise campaign funds from the Libyan dictator Muammar Gaddafi. West Yorkshire Police say a serving prisoner has been arrested on suspicion of the murder of a 13-year-old girl more than 30 years ago. Lindsay Reimer's body was found in the Rochdale Canal in 1995, 5 months after she went missing from her home in Hebden Bridge. And the social media influencer HS Tiki has been arrested after being on the run from police for nearly a year following alleged driving offences. The 24-year-old, whose real name is Harrison Sullivan, is accused of failing to appear in court after a crash in Surrey last year. He is due before Staines Magistrates Court tomorrow.
This is the incredible story of a player rejected by his boyhood club to rise from the ashes, become Serie A's most valuable player.
He was literally enshrined in a part of Naples.
McFratama to the Napoli faithful.
Means brother in Neapolitan dialect.
We're going back to learn about how McTominay was made. This is Scott McTominay, our brother of Naples, on the Football Daily podcast. Listen on BBC Sounds. This is 5 Live Sports with Dennis Lloyd.
Listen on BBC Sounds.
Yes, you're listening to 5 Live Sport. We're live in Cardiff. A huge second half on the way then as Wales trail Belgium 2-1 in this crucial World Cup qualifier. Before that, though, some other sports news to bring you this evening. 3 of Hull KR's grand final winners have been named in England's 24-man squad for Rugby League's Ashes series against Australia. But there's no place in Sean Wayne's squad for Super League Man of Steel Jay Connor. Let's speak to our Rugby League commentator, Matt Newsome. Matt, Mikey Lewis, Jez Litton, Joe Burgess, all included then after an impressive season with Hull KR, which of course ended with that amazing grand final victory on Saturday.
Yeah, and I think what it does show is that the head coach, Sean Wayne, is looking at form. He's looking at players who are out to impress. Mikey Lewis has been part of his squads before. Jez Litton and Joe Burgess have 1 cap and 3 caps between them. So these are players who've had that little taste of England and maybe haven't been consistent enough on a previous basis to do so. This year they've found that form. They've fired Hull KR to all 3 trophies that were available to them. And I think what it does show is that Sean Wayne, the head coach, it shows that there are places in his squad that he's going to pick on merit.
I hope that's a good message to all the players in Super League. You know, like Mikey, you bang on, his form was good, he got his tests, and then he's played in many games now for England, and that's going to carry on. There's other players in Super League what's not made, like Harry Robertson, who's not made the cut with this squad yet. And what I've showed before with people like Jez and Budgie is that your form's good, I will pick you, and that's what we've done.
I think in particular Mikey Lewis and Willie Peters touched upon it, I think after the derby earlier in the season, that he was getting poked and rattled and elbowed and the physical stuff, and he didn't rise to it, and that's almost a maturity of Mikey Lewis. Is that something that you've seen him developing into? You know, he's a great player, but... that ability to ride what he's going to get in those tests against Australia.
One thing I did with Mikey, I do with all the players, is I'm brutally honest, and I won't put up with stuff like that. I won't put up with petulance, and Mikey, when he was younger, had a bit of that in his game. I don't like it, and he got control of that, and Willie's done a fantastic job with him at Hull KR, and he's ended up being like a first pick for me when I'm picking the England 24. So I thought his calmness last week was outstanding. You know, to score the try he did was fantastic. I was very impressed with him. So he's going to be a good asset moving forward.
England head coach Sean Wayne there. As I said, Matt, a bit of a surprise perhaps. No place for Man of Steel Jake Connor, or is it a surprise?
I think it was one that everyone was expecting. I think once you win an individual award like Man of Steel, most people kind of correlate that with having had a good season and should a player that perhaps should be part of an England squad. Sean Wayne says he's not interested in that. He says that he doesn't know how the Man of Steel's picked. He's not interested in who's in the dream team. He says he watches the game in his manner. He was extremely defiant about this, by the way, because he must have had that question about 10 times. And Jake Connor is a player who's missed out. I think the difference is Mikey Lewis has seen a development in. Jake Connor maybe hasn't seen that development in. Thus, Mikey Lewis got the nod. But it's a good mix, this squad, of form and some old heads that bring that experience too.
I think the message there as well, don't argue with Sean Wayne. Thank you, Matt Newsom, our rugby league correspondent there. The first test, by the way, against Australia is at Wembley on Saturday, the 25th of October. All three tests, by the way, are live on BBC One, iPlayer and the BBC Sport website and app. Should be a good series. Now, how about this? One of the major stories in the world of football today, Cape Verde have become the second smallest nation after Iceland to qualify for the World Cup, sealing their spot with a 3-0 win over Eswatini. African football journalist Ali Howarth joins us from Praia, the capital of Cape Verde now. Ali, I mean, what a story this is. Against all odds, it seems, they've qualified for a World Cup for the first time ever. And what a story as well, finishing ahead of the 5-time African champions, Cameroon.
Yeah, it really is a remarkable story, given the fact that they've had to beat one of Africa's most historied sides. And the scenes here have been incredible. There was a lot of tension in the match. It was 0-0 at half-time against a team that they really should be putting away. But once that first goal went in from Dylan Livramento, they were absolute scenes. Only 15,000 fans in the stadium, which is its capacity. But I think they probably could have sold about 300,000 tickets if they could. It has been absolutely incredible here.
I bet it has. I mean, presumably that's continuing as well into the day, the evening. You know, people aren't going to be wanting to go to work tomorrow or the rest of the week. Is a national holiday going to be called?
Well, they already called half a national holiday today. They gave everyone in the afternoon off so they could watch the game across the 8 islands that people live on here in Cabo Verde. The players actually on the moment are on the bus from the national stadium where we are outside the city and heading to the original national stadium, the Estadio de Várzea, which 50 years ago was the first place where the Cabo Verde flag was raised when they gained independence in 1975. There are thousands and thousands of fans waiting for them there. They've been watching the game on the big screen there, and I think this party it's not going to end anytime soon.
And why should it? And just put into words what it means for African football and Cape Verde football as well, because as I say, a population of I think just over 500,000 people. It is remarkable. Obviously the World Cup is extended next year to 48 teams, but what does it mean for Cape Verde and what does it mean, I suppose, for wider African football, Ali?
I suppose what it means is when you're a small nation with very, very few resources like Cabo Verde, if you run things right, you can reach the World Cup. Like we said, they overcame Cameroon, who beat Brazil at the last World Cup. This isn't any fluke. This is off the back of decades of investment from the federation, building structures, bringing in players from the diaspora, and they've even appealed to FIFA at the beginning of this qualification run. They asked FIFA, they said, we want to qualify for this World Cup. How can we do it? How can you help us? And essentially FIFA helped them with technical support, even offering them some financial aid in the form of FIFA's Forward Fund, helping them with transport costs and getting around the continent. Because Cabo Verde is one of Africa's poorest countries, it is tremendously difficult to play an away game. And so they have managed this superbly. And I suppose what it means for other African nations is you manage the situation right, you bring in the right people, and you will get to the World Cup.
Ali, thank you. I'm sure we'll speak to you again over the next 7-8 months. Terrific stuff. Cape Verde have qualified for next year's World Cup. African football journalist Ali Howard there. Dave Edwards alongside me. What a story. Cape Verde. If Cape Verde can do it, Wales can do it, can't they?
Absolutely. I didn't realise that until just now. It's remarkable, incredible. And what a time they'll have in America do it at the World Cup. It'll be such a special moment for all those fans. Incredibly,
and I think the nation is actually smaller than 49 of the 50 US states, which is just, stats like that are just mind-boggling. Zombie nations playing around Cardiff City Stadium. The Wales players are already out, Belgium yet to appear. What do they need to do now? What would that team talk from Craig Bellamy entail, Dave, at half-time?
To remain calm. Obviously, you don't want to go chasing the game too early. You need to stay in it. You don't want Belgium to go and get the third and the fourth and take the game away from them. If they can build their way into this game, get the crowd engaged, then they'll still have a good chance. It looks like they can score goals. There's been moments in that first half. I think Ethan Ampadu, I know gave the penalty away, which should never have been a penalty. He has been incredible in the heart of that midfield. On the ball, excellent, breaking up play. He made 2 or 3 really incisive disguised passes which has set up attacks for Wales. Keep getting him on the ball. He's the one who can feed the attacking players, and Wales will get opportunities just by keeping Belgium out at the other end.
Absolutely, and as I say, if that the reverse fixture of this one tonight back in June showed us anything, you know, there's the potential for it to go right to the death. So much drama hopefully expected in the second half. Hopefully Wales can do it as well. Dave Edwards then alongside Tom Lockyer and Ali Bruce Ball to guide you through what will be a huge 45 minutes here in Cardiff.
Yes, thank you, Delith. Yeah, both nations here trying to take a giant step towards qualification for the World Cup next summer. So Cape Verde are there. I've got it, that's 22 of the 48 have now booked their places. So Cape Verde are there alongside the likes of Argentina, Brazil, other African qualifiers including Egypt, Algeria, Morocco, Ghana, Tunisia, Australia are there, Japan are there, South Korea are there. The hosts, obviously, USA, Canada and Mexico are there. But that is quite some story, Cape Verde having qualified for the World Cup. So that's what Belgium want to do, it's what Wales want to do. We were watching the replays of all the goals at half-time as the game gets underway for the second half. Wales kick off, they'll play right to left in the second half towards the Canton stand. They're in the red shirts, red shorts, red socks, white numbers on their backs. Belgium in light blue. Early attack, Ampadu's pass is cleared away by Mounier. Here's Ben Cabango of Swansea, wearing number 16 for Wales tonight. Measured pass out to his right to Nico Williams. Not all of the blue seats blotted out yet by the red shirts just yet. People still making their way back after the half-time refreshment. And here's Ben Davies inside his own half. Only the 4th Welsh man to reach 100 caps for his country, and he may well go on to be the most caps of all time. Gareth Bale 111, Chris Gunter, Wayne Hennessy both 109, and Ben Davies, spring chicken really at the age of 32 as the cross comes in from Davy Brooks looking for Mark Harris. It's too close to Thibaut Courtois, who leans forward and catches it with both hands. But just looked at the penalty again, Dave, didn't we? And you made a good point, I think, during commentary in first half, is that the replay that the referee gets shown on the field is the slow motion of Ampadu's arm sort of slightly away from his body and the ball being flicked at him, but in slow motion. And the referee took one quick look at that and just said, right, that's a penalty. But that's not how it happened, is it?
Yeah, the slow motion thing really frustrates me. You see it happen a lot in the Premier League of VAR, and it just distorts the referee's view. The VAR people who are looking at it, they're almost making his mind up for him.
Yeah.
They showed him one clip, slow motion, hits Ethan Ampadu's arm. Should never have been a penalty.
Genius from Doku, gets away from Ben Davies. Low cross into the box and dealt with at the near post. Player down as well. Trossard was going for the ball at the near post. Is it Nico Williams sliding in with him, has taken a whack on the ankle. It's gone behind for a corner. So yeah, when you look at it on the slow motion, the forearm is away from the body, but that's because Ampadu is moving. It's in a natural position. It's away from the body, but it's in a natural position, and it's flicked at pace from a yard away.
Yeah, it's a natural running position. You flex your arms, you move, and Ketelaro hits it at him, is literally 1, maybe 2 yards away from him max. Flicks it up quickly. He's in that running motion, strikes his forearm. There's no doubt it strikes his forearm, but it's, in football, if that's a penalty, football needs to change something.
Wales 1, Belgium 2. Corner from De Bruyne. Header away from David Brooks. Lobbed pass forward. De Bruyne tries to get onto that on the right. His touch finds De Ketelare. Here's Doku shimmying again inside the Wales box. Left-footed curler just over the bar. Crikey, that was dangerous. There's 3 or 4 red shirts in front of him, and all he does is sort of drop a shoulder, quickly zip to one side, nearly found the top corner Bukayo Saka style there.
Yeah, he's the best player on the pitch, isn't he? Looks the most productive, picks it up on the corner of the box on the right-hand side, takes it on his left foot, 2 or 3 Welsh defenders around him. And like you said, he doesn't move the ball, he just drops his shoulders one way, the other way, gets his half a yard, left-footed, aim for the top left-hand corner, and he's not too far away.
Carl Darlow is Wales' goalkeeper, passes out to Joe Rodon, so it's Darlow in goal, Nico Williams at right back, Ben Davies at left back, Rodon and Cabango the 2 centre backs, Ampadu and Jordan James in central midfield. Harry Wilson's on a yellow card as Ben Davies goes for a longer ball over the top. Sorba Thomas won't get to that. Wilson, Sorba Thomas and David Brooks, with Mark Harris playing as the centre forward. So the likes of Kiefer Moore and Brennan Johnson both to come off for the bench for Wales here. Dan James is injured, not available for this game. Here's De Bruyne, Belgium's captain, scorer of that penalty to make it 1-1, and here's Meunier, who scored the second goal to make it 2-1. De Bruyne inside the Welsh half, Ben Davies close to him, De Bruyne moves away from him, passes back to Zeno de Bast, who goes to his goalkeeper Courtois. Courtois drives the ball down the middle of the pitch. De Bruyne is running after that, but he won't get there. Awkward for Davies, high bounce, he lofts it over his left shoulder. Jordan James takes it on the volley. Onana does brilliantly for Belgium, slides in and wins it. It releases De Ketelaere. He drops the shoulder, moves infield. It's opening up for him. Still dribbling De Ketelaere. Shoots low with his left foot wide of the target. And behind for the goal kick for Wales. Wales 1, Belgium 2. Latest on Northern Ireland, Germany. Nicola McCarthy.
Yes, it's been a quick start to the second half, Ollie. Both sides playing with a very high tempo. The Germans almost doubled their lead just a minute after the restart. Borussia Dortmund's Karim Adeyemi, his effort just wide of Billy Peacock Farrell's left-hand post. Newcastle's Nick Voldemada's first half goal, that is still the difference between the two sides. Michael O'Neill, he's called on some experience for this second half. Veteran striker Josh McGuinness, he's replaced Jimmy Reid alongside Isaac Price up front. Can the 35-year-old make an impact? We'll have to wait and see. As it stands, Northern Ireland 0, Germany 1.
Commentary continues on Sports Extra. Wales 1, Belgium 2 here in Cardiff. More thoughts from Tom Lockyer as well in a second. I've got a Welsh international either side of me tonight doing the commentary here as Ampadu side foots a ball forward looking for Wilson. Teyat, the Belgian centre back, gets it away to the left. De Kuyper with a short pass down the left-hand side. Nico Williams challenges Trossard. Trossard shakes his head down on the floor, thinks he was shoved over. No free kick, and Wales take the throw. Belgium have Courtois in goal. Meunier, De Bast, Teyat and De Kuyper at left-back. Raskin and Onana in central midfield. Doku, De Bruyne, De Ketelaere and Trossard as the attacking four. Doku is fouled. The free kick cannot be taken from there. That's 10 yards ahead of where it was. Ben Davies getting booked there for Wales. Was that for something said or something done?
No, I think it was the foul. The ball's got laid into Doku, back to goal on the halfway line. Little drop of the shoulder like he does. Sucks Ben Davies in, he's away from him. Ben Davies has to bring him down. And it probably is a booking for the Welsh skipper.
Quite a tough assignment, Tom, isn't it, for Ben Davies, 100th cap up against Doku tonight?
Oh, absolutely. I think the best thing about this second half so far is the fact that Doku's right in front of us and we get to witness him up close. Because honestly, he is the difference between the two teams at the minute. If you get tight to him, he goes past you like you're not there. If you stand off, he makes the right pass. And he's just an incredible player. He's probably one of the best players I've seen live, especially at the Cardiff City Stadium.
Probably playing his best football for Manchester City at the moment as well. A bit more refined end product from Jeremy Doku, and Pep Guardiola rewarding him with starts for City this season. Throw in for Wales. Ben Davies takes it long down the left-hand touchline, but it's inside the Wales half. Wilson's fouled. Onana was about to delay the restart of the game there by dribbling the ball away. A couple of shrill blasts on the whistle stopped him doing that, so no yellow card for him. So North Macedonia, Kazakhstan was 0-0 at half-time. That would put North Macedonia on 13 points. Belgium leading, they would go to 14. Wales would be on 10 with 2 games to play. North Macedonia come here in the last game in the group. Ampadu across to Wilson, 30 yards out, central position. Floated ball to Williams, chests it down, looks for the 1-2 with Brooks. Trossard's got it covered for Belgium. Has the ball, facing the dead ball line, nearly lost that and conceded the corner. Williams steps in, last touch comes off the Welshman, and goes behind for the goal kick to Belgium. So what have we had? 7 minutes have gone in the second half. Wales 1, Belgium 2. Craig Bellamy was bold with the team selection at the start of the night, but it does mean he's got options. They've good options from the bench tonight.
Yeah, where Wales looked dangerous in the first half, when they had the ball out wide, they put lots of good crosses into the box. And you've got Kiefer Moore on the bench. You'll obviously lose some of the physicality and dynamism which Harris brings you when he's pressing, but if there's going to be more crosses coming into the box and you haven't Kiefer Moore, that's only going to be positive for Wales.
Mistake from Belgium trying to play out, conceded the throw. Wales are taking it quickly. Cabango to Ampadu on the halfway line. De Ketelara chasing, tall, rangy forward, who I always think, I remember watching him play for Club Brugge. He's got a bit of the Patrick Bamfords about him. De Ketelara, lovely player for Belgium, 24 years old now. Plays for Atalanta in Serie A. Here's James to Thomas. First time ball, looking for Ben Davies, trying to get the cutback, sliding. Couldn't get the purchase on the cross he needed. Claps his hands together in frustration, and it's behind for the goal kick to Belgium.
Yeah, applauded by Craig Bellamy though. Good work down Wales' left-hand side, running off the ball. Jordan James involved with Sorba Thomas, and then a late run from Ben Davies, finds himself in the box. He just can't wrap his foot around it to get across him, but Wales are looking assured in possession.
Slovakia 1, Luxembourg 0. That's in Northern Ireland's group. They're 1-0 down at home to Germany. That would mean Slovakia and Germany would both move ahead of Northern Ireland going into the last two qualifiers. Here's Williams on the half volley. Good ball. Wilson in lots of space for Wales here. Up against Teat. Brings it under control quickly. Looking for Harris in the box. Oh, back towards Wilson. Couldn't find him with the pass. And Wilson slides in desperation on his knees inside the penalty area. And it's gone out for a throw-in to Belgium in the left-back position. But already early in the second half, Dave, there are avenues through this Belgian defence.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Belgium in midfield in particular just starting to tire a little bit. I spoke about Ethan Ampadu at half-time, the start of the second half, his importance in the game. If they can get him on the ball, I feel that's where Wales are going to start to dominate it and get attacks, because he's trying to be closely marked at the moment by Kevin De Bruyne and De Ketelara. They're working as a pair, letting the centre-backs of Wales have the ball, but trying to stop the ball going into Ethan Ampadu. But they are noticeably tiring, and Ethan Ampadu's just starting to get a little bit more space, and when he does get the ball, there's options in front of him.
Better news for Wales is that Kazakhstan are 1-up away to North Macedonia, although that would put Kazakhstan on 9 points, and Wales, if they lose tonight, will be on 10 points. But as I said in the first half and before the game as well, Wales do have this Nations League winners spot, having won their group in the most recent edition of the Nations League in the back pocket, and Brennan Johnson is waiting to come on for Wales, so it's going to be an early change for them in the second half. James, good ball through to Mark Harris, turns, edge of the box, shot is heavily deflected, it spins away to the left. Sorba Thomas will get there first, James in support. Wales continue the attack, Doku's back, makes the block, and it goes behind for a Welsh corner. Wales fans right into it now at the start of the second half.
Yeah, there's definitely more space appearing for Wales's attacking players. The mobility in that midfield for Belgium isn't quite there. Onana's not played a lot of football. Kevin De Bruyne, he looks notably tired. Raskin's trying his best in there, but Wales have lots of bodies coming in on the inside. They're finding the space, they're finding the ball, and now they just need to make that one of those opportunities work.
Corner then for Wales from the left. That Canton stand jam-packed with fans in the bright red shirts, the yellow, green and red bucket hats. Desperate to celebrate once again if Wales can find themselves an equaliser from the corner. Joe Rodon scored the first half header. He's looking to find space in the box. Thomas's ball in, headed away by De Ketelara at the near post. Wilson gets a volley on it. De Ketelara's underneath that inside his own box, heads it away. Thomas lets that run beyond him and De Bruyne. Keeps it in play on the left and decides to go for a little dart down that left-hand side. Takes on Mounier, beats him, cross comes in. Onana's in the right spot for Belgium, intercepts. Looks for De Bruyne. De Bruyne let that run. Here's Doku running from deep inside his own half. Moving swiftly across the turf, but Ampadu steps in to win it for Wales. Thomas thought about going on the outside again against Mounier. This time he lots of pass into central midfield. Ampadu towards Brooks. Brooks takes the ball on the turn, tries to slide it through for Wilson. Nearly found him. Ampadu intercepts again as Belgium try and play out. Here's De Bruyne. Ampadu nearly knocked him over. De Bruyne looking for the run of De Ketelara down the right-hand side. Wales get bodies in the way. And listen to the noise inside this Cardiff City Stadium. So a change coming for each team shortly. Timothy Castagne's waiting to come on for Belgium. Brennan Johnson for Wales. Thomas's cross in from the left. Brooks, trying to lay it down to Wilson. 2 or 3 times in the last 5 minutes, Harry Wilson has so nearly been in for Wales.
Yeah, it's all Wales. They're on top, and these Welsh fans are engaged. They're urging the team forward, playing some really good football. Harry Wilson's found lots of good pockets. Just tried to set it to Brooks. Didn't quite come off, and as David Brooks, that's his last action.
Yeah, David Brooks off Tom Lockyer and Brennan Johnson on. And you imagine Brennan Johnson will be smarting having been left out the starting 11 this evening.
You'd like to see a reaction from him, wouldn't you? But Wales have started the second half quite sloppily, to be honest with you, and they just needed a moment. They needed something to get these fans on their feet again, and that came in the form of an Ethan Ampadu tackle near the halfway line, and it's really got these fans back engaged, and it's exactly what we need.
Here's Nico Williams on the ball for Wales. So Tom Lockyer and Dave Edwards alongside us in the 5 Live commentary position at the Cardiff City Stadium. Matt Upson will be alongside John Murray and Ian Dennis tomorrow night in Riga. We've got full commentary of Latvia against England. If England win the game, they qualify for the World Cup. James brings the ball down on the edge of the box, and Nana gets a foot on the ball, and then James trying to hold him off, stuck a right arm out. It's caught Anana in the face, and as soon as there was any contact near there, he's gone straight down on his back, and Belgium will get the free kick. They'll make the change. We'll get a delay in play. We'll take you to Windsor Park for the latest on Northern Ireland, Germany. Nicola McCarthy.
Yes, it remains Northern Ireland 0, Germany 1, and the visitors had a golden opportunity to make it 2 just a minute after the restart. Karim Adeyemi sent an effort just wide of Billy Peacock Farrell's left-hand post. Northern Ireland, though, they have been playing at a higher tempo this half. They are not lying down. They've had 2 good chances of their own. Shea Charles and Ethan Galbraith both going close. They brought on veteran striker Josh McGuinness up front as well. The 35-year-old, a fan favourite here at Windsor Park. The supporters are right behind their team here, but as it stands, it's Northern Ireland 0, Germany 1.
With Slovakia still leading Luxembourg by 1-0. In Group B, Slovenia 0, Switzerland 0, Kosovo 1 up away to Sweden. In Group D, France could qualify tonight if they beat Iceland and Ukraine don't beat Azerbaijan. Well, it is Ukraine 1, Azerbaijan 1, but France are 1-0 down away to Iceland. And in this group, Kazakhstan 1 up away to North Macedonia. De Bruyne's taken a knock to the head. The referee stopped the game. Now, has that been given as a free kick, or is he just stopping it? Yes, he has given that as a free kick. So Belgium are going to get a free kick in an attacking position in the inside right channel. Ben Davies on the yellow card's got to be a bit careful complaining about the decision. We'll have a look again. He's jumping with Ampadu. He gets the ball ahead of Ampadu. The bodies collide in mid-air, and is that a free kick?
I think it probably is. I think De Bruyne's always going to win that ball first, but Ethan Ampadu's trying to get himself on the front foot. Jumps up with De Bruyne and catching. It was a heavy landing for De Bruyne. I know the fans aren't too happy. Looks like it may have taken the wind out of him a little bit, but it is a free kick in a dangerous area on this right-hand side with Kevin De Bruyne over it.
Yeah, the De Bruyne hair still perfectly sculpted. Plenty of product in that, swept back and long as he waits to take this free kick for Belgium from the right. That looks like good delivery. No, beyond the Belgium attackers. Darlow read it, comes off his line and grabs it, runs out to the edge of the penalty area. 16 minutes already gone in this second half, so we're into the last half hour of the game. Wales 1, Belgium 2. It's been great to watch. It's been wide open, chances at either end. And if Wales can get the next goal, then we're in for an absolute humdinger of a finish. Ben Davies looking for the run of Mark Harris. Well covered by De Bast. Out it goes for the Wales throw. Tom Lockyer.
And while all that was going on with the free kick with De Bruyne, Belgium have made it looks like a tactical substitution. Timothy Castagne has snuck on the pitch to go left back against Brennan Johnson, which didn't look in force, so I think that's tactical.
Okay. France have equalised, by the way, away to Iceland. Christopher Nkunku has scored the goal. Ampadu, long diagonal ball out towards Johnson, heads it back here to Nico Williams. Williams can only come back to Rodon. Darlow is well up the pitch inside his own half for Wales. Regular starter for Leeds at the moment as well as his country. Pass into midfield. You can hear the drums thrashing away in the background. What can Brennan Johnson offer from deep here on the right-hand side? He's running into central midfield. He's passing back to Cabango. Johnson stays in field. Cabango goes low and forward to James. Back it comes to Davis. Flowing move from the red shirts of Wales. Thomas slides the pass in towards the edge of the box. James is there, evades a challenge, gives it to Thomas again. Cross into the far post. Headed back across the goal by one of the Belgian defenders. Now they try and come on the break. And Ampadu slides in. Takes it off De Bruyne. Welsh fans scream shoot. Ampadu decides not to do that. Short pass to his right to Williams, on to Johnson. Johnson, cross with his left foot in from the right. Dangerous ball, bounces loose inside the Belgian penalty area. And Nana is there for the visitors, passes away to the left. And here's Trossard, trying a clever little turn inside his own half, runs out of room. And Brennan Johnson, after Wales win the throw, really tries to get those Welsh fans involved again. Raises both arms to the air, trying to get the fans right behind the team as they start to crank up the pressure a little bit. Great noise again inside the Cardiff City Stadium. Wales have a great record here too. Proud record. Williams to Rodon. Belgium back off, all in their light blue shirts, spreading across the field. Wide it comes to Thomas, not enough on the pass. Thomas can't get that, it goes out for a throw into Belgium in the right back position. Dave Edwards.
Yeah, it's all Wales at the moment. They really have Belgium penned back deep inside their own half. Good possession, just need to keep moving the ball quickly. I've said a few times about Belgium look like they're starting to tire a little bit. Move the ball quickly, get them rushing back and forth across the pitch, and more gaps will start to appear.
Right, booking for Castagna, beg your pardon, not for Castagna, for Meunier. Meunier delaying the restart of the game because he didn't take the throw in quickly enough. Craig Bellamy was complaining, and Meunier is booked. Cabango chases that throw, passes back to Darlow. Darlow's got to be careful with the first touch, has time, takes a couple of touches, and then slices a ball up the middle of the pitch. Théat leaps and wins the header for Belgium. Falls at the feet of Raskin from the Trossard knockdown. Forward to De Ketelaere. De Ketelaere finds Doku inside the Welsh penalty area. Two red shirts in front of him, tries to go on the outside. Ben Davies stands firm. Back it comes to Meunier. Raskin, I think, is down hurt, yet lying on his back as he started that Belgian move, and because he's holding his face and possibly took a knock to the head, the referee has no choice but to stop the game. Wales 1, Belgium 2, almost 20 minutes played in the second half, but Wales still very much in the contest, and as Raskin slowly rises and sits up, he gets a big roar. Ironic cheers, I would say, from the Welsh fans.
Yeah, Belgium just slowing the game down. They did it with delaying the restart of the throw, and now Raskin lying on the floor. He looks like he's totally fine. Him and Ethan Ampadu having a little bit of afters. Ethan Ampadu really turning into a leader in this Welsh team. Spoke so highly of him so far in this second half. The amount of tackles he's won in there, distribution on the ball, real class act in the middle of the park.
There's a rat on the pitch. On our monitor there is a rat somewhere running around. Oh, there it is, yeah. Brennan Johnson is chasing a rat off the field. Now, I've seen many things in football, and I've seen all sorts of different animals on football pitches. I don't think I've ever seen that. The rat chased off the field by Brennan Johnson. The ball boy sitting down on the little stool at the side of the pitch looks more scared of the rat than Brennan Johnson. He wasn't bothered at all. Well, there we go. There's got to be some sort of rat pun involved in there that I can't think of right now, but Wales 1, Belgium 2. And we'll restart the game with a drop ball at the feet of Amadou and Nana. What have Wales got left? About 25 minutes to try and at least find an equaliser in this game, but they really do need the win. That puts qualification, automatic qualification, in their own hands, not beyond them. Here's Ben Davies, who'd love to make it happen on his 100th cap. Harry Wilson is a man who could make it happen possibly, chests it down and gives it to Thomas. Thomas takes on Raskin on the outside, still heading for the byline, can't keep the ball in play. And it goes behind for the goal kick. Craig Bellamy applauds, and he certainly still believes his team can do this. Under Craig Bellamy, Wales are yet to beat a team above them in the world rankings. That's a couple of games against Turkey in the Nations League that they drew. The England defeat last week, Belgium in this group, and Canada they lost to as well. So that's something that needs to be done, and ideally would be done tonight. But Belgium are a difficult team to beat. Davis jumps with De Ketelaere. Davis gets the touch on the header, and the ball goes out for a throw-in to Belgium on the right-hand side of the field. Looks like they might be about to make another change, but not just yet. Rudy Garcia, their manager, is out in the dark suit and trainers. Throwing down the right for Doku, proving a real handful for Cabango. The two of them shoulder to shoulder, wrestling and pouring and pulling and pushing at each other. And Cabango gets the better of his man, and it goes behind for the Wales goal kick. It's on a knife edge, Dave.
It is. You feel when Doku gets the ball, the nerves in the stadium. Everyone's just worried what he might just do, and Cabango gets himself in a bit of a bad position. Doku's the wrong side of him, headed towards the byline, but fortunately Cabango managed to get his body back in. But Craig Bellamy's got to be looking now at his bench. Is there a change he can make just to try and now turn the screw, get his side back into this game?
Wales got in a bit of a mess there, but Brennan Johnson plays it forward. Teat intercepts that pass. Ampadu wins the header. Johnson nods it into Trossard. He's Tottenham against Arsenal right there. Johnson's pass in field, intercepted by Onana. De Bruyne gives it to the danger man Doku. Doku inside the penalty area. Left-footed strike, Darlow down to his right. He makes an important save for Wales. Not the best finish, Tom, from Doku.
No, and for all his play this evening, you thought that was going to nestle in the bottom corner. And just heading into the 69th minute now, this is probably where I'm looking at Ben Davies and thinking, against Doku here, you haven't played a lot of football. He's had a tough evening already. This is where he needs his help from his winger to come and get him out of trouble.
It's interesting, just as you say that, Ben Davies, I don't know if he's got an issue here, but I just saw him, he's down on one knee, and he pointed to the bench and he sort of whirled his hand in a circular motion, so that might be that for Ben Davies.
Yeah, it looks like Jay Da Silva's going to be coming on. You can see he wasn't happy when Doku was running at him. Something happened. As he ran back past the bench, he was given the substitution signal, which is a big shame on his big night. But to come in and play in a game of this magnitude after not playing too much football against a world-class operator like Jeremy Doku, it's always going to be difficult. And just as Belgium are going to make a change to that midfield area, they're starting to look tired. Bringing Van Aken on, he's got lots of legs in there, and he'll add a difference, some real physicality.
Yeah, he's a really interesting player, actually, Dave. In club football for Club Brugge, he's been there forever and a day. In every single season he's been there, he's got double figures in goals. He's box to box, so he's got the energy, he's got the legs. Huge, tall figure, but he does lots of that sort of late run into the box, gets on the ends of loads of stuff as well. So he's a danger for Wales all round the field. Ben Davies is sat down receiving treatment. Probably gives us one more chance just to pay tribute to his fantastic Wales career, which is not ending tonight, by the way. He's just reached 100 caps. And actually, I was thinking as well before the game, I'll put this to both Dave and Tom, actually, because he's not playing for Tottenham at the moment. He clearly, obviously, is keeping himself in shape and being a professional. He's on the bench there for Tottenham. But international football now is the most important thing for him, because it is the first team football he's playing, Dave.
Yeah, it's where he's getting minutes at the moment. I think if he's fit and available, Craig Bellamy will always pick him. Just a quality footballer first and foremost, but then what he gives this Welsh team with his leadership skills. We spoke very highly of him before the programme started about what he's like in the dressing room, and he really elevates everyone else. So yeah, Wales is always going to be important, but at this stage of his career even more so.
Yeah, dejected figure Ben Davies just turns very quickly 360 degrees and applauds the Welsh support, but he knows his teammates still have a job to do. Tom, what about, tell you what, another name I just wanted to fire at you, Ben Cabango tonight is coming to that back four for Wales. How do you think he's done, the Swansea defender?
Yeah, he's had a solid game up with Joe Rodon, and in the last few games I think Joe Rodon's playing some of his best football in a Wales shirt that I've seen anyway, and Ben Cabango's coming here and he's looked really solid next to him. I think, was it Jay Da Silva who's just...
No.
Well, I thought Jay Da Silva was stripped, ready to come on.
Broadhead is coming on here.
So it'd be interesting to see who goes up against Doku now.
Nathan Broadhead comes on for Ben Davies. So let's see what Craig Bellamy is thinking here. Broadhead, former Ipswich man, now at Wrexham. He definitely has a goal or two in him. So after the stoppage, we've got 19 minutes left, plus a bit of added time. Wales 1, Belgium 2, and North Macedonia 0, Kazakhstan 1. So the group as it stands, Belgium on 14 points, North Macedonia 12, Wales 10, Kazakhstan 9. James's ball over the top, looking for the run of Harris. Kiefer Moore is still waiting there on the bench for Wales if Craig Bellamy decides to use him. You can hear the songs starting up again inside the Cardiff City Stadium. Just another means to inspire these Welsh players. Thomas Little ball in from the left, looking for Broadhead. Good close control from Broadhead. Finds Thomas again. Thomas works it onto his right foot. Low pass zipped across the turf. Intercepted by Raskin. Raskin beats James, finds Doku. De Bruyne is in loads of space over on the left-hand side, and he finds his former Manchester City teammate. De Bruyne's long strides eating up the ground. He gets to that ball wide on the left-hand side in front of the Belgian fans, who are also in their red replica shirts tonight. Belgium slow it down, keep the ball, lead 2-1. Game is in their control. This group is in their control at the moment, unless Wales can do something about it. Diqueta Lara, first touch, nearly lost that. Managed to keep control. Just moves away from Broadhead. Back it comes to Zino de Bast, the centre-back. He goes back to Courtois. Courtois with his left foot, looking for that longer ball over the top. And here's Van Aken making one of those runs from midfield. Thomas's ball back to Darlow. That's a nasty one. Bounces in front of the Welsh keeper. Heads it away only as far as Van Aken. Little ball to Trossard. Chests it down. Thought about hitting that on the volley. Ball hits. Jordan James is given a penalty. It's the same as the first half. Trossard at close range has flicked the ball at Jordan James. It looked to me like James was trying to deliberately keep his arms tucked in, and the referee has seen that and without any hesitation has pointed to the spot. Dave Edwards.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see this, because Jordan James isn't complaining too much. He looks a guilty man, and it's from nowhere. It's Wales' own undoing, and it is a penalty. It's a nothing ball from Trossard as he flicks it up, and Jordan James instinctively just pushes his right elbow towards the ball, and that one is a penalty. The referee did get that right. He's in a good position, and this could be the moment which really takes the game away from Wales.
Yeah, no, you've read the body language perfectly there, Dave. Jordan James knew. It's that instinctive thing. He's just stuck a right elbow out. The ball is caught him. Trossard wasn't actually looking for that. He was looking for a pass. Right, phone lights are on the mobiles, behind the goal away to the right. Going to have a bit of a delay here before De Bruyne takes the penalty. So he's going to take his second penalty in the game. He's scored 35 goals for his country. Kevin De Bruyne, chance to add a 36th. And the penalty is being checked by the video assistant referee, confirmed. De Bruyne is able to put the ball on the spot. So in the first half, he went low to his left and to Darlow's right. Darlow dived to his left. What's De Bruyne going to do this time? Let's wait and see. Wonderfully talented, hugely experienced footballer. If he sticks this away, surely it puts the game beyond Wales's reach. Wales need a hero. Could that hero be Carl Darlow? De Bruyne runs at the ball, just delays and finds the bottom corner. He went the other way. Darlow dived to his left, went the right way, but couldn't get a touch on the ball. And Belgium may have wrapped it up tonight. Wales 1, Belgium 3.
Yeah, he just always thought that he was going to score. Looking at Craig Bellamy on the bench as the penalty was given, he looked dejected. He knew what was coming from Kevin De Bruyne. That's his 6th goal in qualifying in 6 games. Still playing at the highest level, stutters in his run-up, plays it to his right-hand side, and Carl Darlow gets right the way across, but the penalty's that good and that precise, he can't keep it out, right in the bottom corner. Fabulous penalty from a fabulous footballer.
So Belgium taking a big step towards next summer's World Cup. Still work to do. Their last 2 fixtures in this group, away to Kazakhstan and at home to Liechtenstein, but they will go top of the group with the win tonight. You can see that North Macedonia have equalised at home against Kazakhstan, so that is 1-1. Iceland 2, France 2 now in Group D, but Ukraine lead Azerbaijan by 2-1. So France aren't qualifying tonight. Cape Verde have qualified for the World Cup for the first time in their history, and England could qualify tomorrow night if they win away to Latvia. We've got full commentary on that game on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. It kicks off at 7:45 UK time. In Northern Ireland's group, Slovakia lead Luxembourg 2-0. What's going on at Windsor Park? Nicola McCarthy.
Well, Ali, Northern Ireland are still in the hunt for an equaliser here. They've played well this second half and they've created a couple of good chances. Jay Charles forcing a good save. Ethan Galbraith, he also came close. That said, the Germans, they almost made it too just after the restart. Karim Adeyemi, having broken away, sent his effort just wide. They took the lead by Newcastle's Nick Voldemade in the first half. So it has been lively here at Windsor Park. The crowd, they're also very lively. They're urging Northern Ireland to find what would be an extremely valuable equaliser. But as it stands, it's Northern Ireland 0, Germany 1.
Wales 1, Belgium 3 here in Cardiff. Belgium about to make a double change. 2 penalties from Kevin De Bruyne, a thumping finish from Thomas Meunier in the first half. He's on the ball right now. Forward to De Bruyne. Turns it round the corner to Meunier. Lung-busting run down the right-hand side. Receives another return pass from Doku. First time cross. Thomas jumps and blocks it with his backside. The ball runs to Doku again. Van Aken is there. Back to De Bruyne. It's going to be a triple change for Belgium, and it's coming shortly. They drew 0-0 at home against North Macedonia on Friday night, which made this game more tricky. But they lead 3-1 here in Cardiff, and they're looking for a fourth. Taketa Lara, a little step over on the left, just inside the Welsh penalty area. Castagna gets involved from left back. Meunier jumps to win a header. Doku thinks about the first time volley. Angle is tight onto his left foot. Couple of touches and this one's whipped over the bar again. And behind for the goal kick. Dave Edwards.
Yeah, the third goal has certainly affected this Welsh team. They're looking tired all of a sudden. Belgium are looking confident on the other hand. Working a good chance out to Doku. Once again cuts inside his left foot, edge of the box. Gets his shot horribly wrong, but you feel there's going to be more moments like this for Belgium as this game goes on.
It will be Belgium's first win in Cardiff since September 2012 in a World Cup qualifier when Vincent Kompany and Jan Vertonghen scored the goals. James Collins was sent off in that game for Wales, and Dave is just nodding at me and says, I played in that game. You remember that then, Dave?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, that was before we started to get the wins over Belgium. That was a difficult evening. Yeah, James Collins got sent off in the first half. And tough evening.
Early. Rodon's ball forward started so well for Wales tonight. Rodon's header gave them the lead. Now trailing 3-1. More thoughts from Tom Lockyer in a second. Axel Witsel, at the grand old age of 36, is going to get on the pitch for Belgium to win his 133rd cap, the second most cap player in Belgium's history, behind only Jan Vertonghen. Here's Brennan Johnson on the right. Brandon Mekela, defender from Club Brugge, waiting to come on too. Long cross from the right, goes all the way through the Belgian box, finds Thomas's cross into the far post. Wilson inches away from sticking out a left boot and finding the back of the net, but it goes behind for the goal kick to Belgium. And Malik Fofana, 20-year-old who plays his club football for Lyon, is waiting to come on for Belgium too. And one of the Belgian players I can see now is down with cramp in the penalty area. So Tom, not Wales' night tonight, and obviously the defeat against England on Thursday means it's not been the best of international windows for them. I've got to say, I still admire the way under Craig Bellamy they go at the big teams, the way they try and play against these teams, and they have been in this game all the way through.
Yeah, they have, and it's so disappointing with the 2 penalties to almost take the game away from Wales. But yeah, I completely agree. It's been so refreshing under Craig Bellamy to almost show these teams no respect and say, we are going to press you. We're not going to get 10 men behind the ball and keep one person up the field and hope to hit you on the counter-attack. We're going to go toe-to-toe against you. And sometimes against the better teams, you will come up short and you will get undone, like we've seen against England, like we've seen again tonight. But it makes me so proud to be Welsh, to see a team that's fearless, that's brave, that wants to get on the ball, that wants to go after people. It makes me so proud to be Welsh, and there's going to be a lot more wins than losses, that's for sure.
De Bruyne and Taketa Lara are both off. And I think Teat is the other player coming off, the centre-back, who is just behind that goal away to our left-hand side. So that is the quickest point he could exit the field. So he's going to make the long, slow walk around the pitch. So De Bruyne scored 2, both from the penalty spot. And it looks like it's probably got Belgium the win tonight. We're into the last 10 minutes of the game. On air with you through until 10 o'clock. Tony Livesey will take over. All the reaction in the Football Daily podcast, which will be there for you on the BBC Sounds app tomorrow. I've just given the link with the international window. still sitting there on the BBC Sounds app. You can listen to each and every episode of the Commentator's View podcast. The latest one of those was John Murray in conversation with the men who commentate on Wales, Scotland and Northern Ireland. It's a great listen. I recommend it. Here's Doku on the right. Finds Trossard behind him. Trossard to Witsel. Witsel goes back to De Bast, who's in the right back position there. Courtois well outside his penalty area. Long, high diagonal. Chase down the left-hand side. Van Aken there in support. Lovely little 1-2 with Fofana and found Doku in the middle. Here's Fofana again. One touch. Dummies. Shoots. Blocked by Rodon. The ball goes up in the air. Williams wins that. Witsel heads it forward to the edge of the box. Williams is there again. Fofana makes the block. Ball goes high in the air. Thomas volleys it over his left shoulder. No one there forward for Wales. And it falls at the feet of Zeno De Bast. Wales 1, Belgium 3. Will even the most optimistic Welsh fan believe that Wales have got 2 goals in them? They've got to try and keep Belgium away from scoring another. Van Aken waiting in the middle. Fofana's cross, brilliantly dealt with there. Diving header away from Williams. Cross in again from the left-hand side. Goes beyond the far post and behind for the goal kick. Dave Edwards.
Yeah, Wales looking visibly tired now, really struggling to get themselves up the pitch. They have been excellent for large parts of this game, but the clinical nature of Belgium has taken it away from them. And now you just think they might need a little bit of help from the substitutes bench. I'm surprised Kiefer Moore hasn't come on yet. Just I see him starting to get changed potentially, him and Jay Da Silva down there, but they look like some fresh legs on there just to try and get them up the pitch a little bit.
Thomas's ball, looking for the run through the middle here of Broadhead. Headed away by De Bast. Broadhead gets to that first. Back to goal. Over on the left-hand side. 2 Belgian defenders there. Mounier takes it off him. Finds Van Aken. Van Aken back to Mounier. Yep, Kiefer Moore getting ready to go. Forward to Raskin. Raskin running away from Harry Wilson down the right. Pass for Doku intercepted by Cabango. And Ampadu plays it back to Rodon. So Belgium moving to 14 points. North Macedonia 1, Kazakhstan 1. Closing stages of that game tonight. North Macedonia will be on 13 points. Wales will be on 10, 2 games to play. North Macedonia come here in the last of those. Winners of the group go automatically through to the World Cup next summer. Runners-up definitely go into the playoffs. Wales, though, as I've said a few times this evening, having won their recent Nations League group, are very, very likely to go into the playoffs anyway. As a winner of a Nations League group, the most highest ranked of those. But coming out of the Nations League pot, as it were, will give them a tougher draw in the playoff semi-final. Trossard tries, clever ball with the outside of the left foot, gets it wrong, stubs his toe in the turf, couldn't find Doku, and it goes out for the throw-in to Wales. James receives it from Thomas, passes to Rodon. Rodon's curling ball out to the right to Brennan Johnson. Johnson controls it on the halfway line, back to Williams. Williams in field to Ampadu. Johnson already had set off down the right. Ampadu tried to find him. Belgium nearly give it away inside their own half. Raskin clears. Rodon steps forward for Wales. Well, that's a good ball. Finds Harris. Harris running at Belgian defenders. Has the ball at his feet just outside the penalty area. Holds it up for a second. Kiefer Moore is waiting to come on, and Jay Da Silva is going to get his chance tonight as well. Ball is now at the feet of Sorba Thomas. Thomas's high swinging cross, looking for Johnson at the far post. Headed away by Castagna. Johnson lets it bounce behind, and it goes behind for the Wales corner. 86th minute of the game. Wales 1, Belgium 3. Jordan James and Ethan Ampadu are the 2 players. No, they're not. Ampadu's not coming off. He's come running over to get instructions. So Jordan James is coming off. Mark Harris coming off, Dave. Yeah, that's an obvious one. Kiefer Moore on.
Yeah, he's run himself into the ground, Mark Harris. It's good to get Kiefer Moore on for this set piece. Now corner from the right-hand side. It's going to be an in-swinger coming in from Harry Wilson. Jay Da Silva, I'm sure, will just come into the normal left-back role. It'll be interesting to see what happens ahead of that, because Sorba Thomas was filling in at left-back. So it should be interesting what the dynamic of that midfield is now.
Latvia-England commentary tomorrow night. Wednesday night, full commentary on Chelsea against Paris FC in the Women's Champions League. It's back to the Premier League action at the weekend on 5 Live, starting with Manchester City-Everton, 3 o'clock on Saturday. Wilson's delivery deep to the far post, headed back across goal. Moore is underneath that header. Johnson jumps, tries to get a little flick on the ball, couldn't get a meaningful touch, and Courtois slides forward. Huge figure, lands on top of the ball inside the 6-yard box. slowly picks himself to his feet, and a few more of the Wales fans in the grandstand around us have decided it is not going to happen for Wales tonight, and they are going to save their energies for the North Macedonia game here in November. Wilson nearly gets onto a ball inside the Belgian half. It gets away from him, runs to Courtois. Courtois bends down and picks the ball up, and Belgium in control of the game and in control of the group. And Wales, of course, in the last two qualification campaigns for the major tournaments. Courtois' ball finds Doku. Brilliant first touch, good tackle. Really good tackle by Joe Rodon. Doku very nearly teed himself up for a brilliant chance. That's loose from Thomas. Thomas has given the ball away to Trossard. That was a tired attempt from Thomas. Trossard back to Raskin. Here's Witsel. Mounier quickly onto Doku on the right-hand side. He doesn't look tired, I tell you that. Goes skipping past De Silva into the feet of Mounier. Back to Trossard outside the right foot, looking for Doku just beyond him. And Darlow keeps it in play. I tell you what, if Doku had been able to, well, he was able to bring it down. If he'd been able to make space and find the finish, Dave, that would have been some goal.
Yeah, it was a stunning touch. It was a long clearance from deep inside the Belgium half, and the Welsh backline, Joe Rodon and Cavani, just couldn't get back in time. Obviously, Doku's pace took him away, but the touch to bring it down was exquisite. And he tried to nip back inside, and Joe Rodon made a terrific tackle, recovering, managing to scare away that moment.
88th minute of the game. Wales need a couple of goals here. Can they find something? Wilson, Trill trying as hard as he can. Finds Johnson, back to Wilson. Was he caught on the edge of the box? No. He's down. Definitely thought he was. Kiefer Moore's won it back on the edge of the area into the feet of Broadhead. Broadhead shot! Finds the back of the net. Wales are back in it. Wales 2, Belgium 3. 2 minutes plus added time remaining. Stunning finish from Nathan Broadhead. You thought the chance had gone when Wilson went down, but Kiefer Moore won it back. Brilliant skill from Broadhead and a searing finish as well. Wales 2, Belgium 3. Listen to the reaction inside the stadium.
The belief is back. Kiefer Moore presses. Trossard turns dangerously back towards his own goal on the edge of the box. Belgium wanted a foul. The referee didn't give it. Kiefer Moore then finds Broadhead, and just for a moment it looked like the chance had gone. He drifts inside on his right foot, really steadies himself. He's 12, 15 yards out, and he fires it past Courtois' right hand. And it's a goal. There's still some time left for Wales to go and go like equaliser, and the crowd can feel it.
Tom Lockyer, I said even the most optimistic Welsh fans might not believe. They're possibly believing a little bit more now.
There's half a belief in the air now, isn't there? I was just thinking that Wales were starting to look a little bit tired and they needed some subs, and the sub in Kiefer Moore come on and substitute, and he was the one who started that press off that ultimately led to that goal, and it's just what Wales needed.
Oh, Wales are pumped up. Brennan Johnson throws himself into a sliding tackle, didn't win the ball though. Here's Doku darting in from the left hand side, running at Welsh defenders. Good ball into the box, finds Castagna, runs to Van Aert and Trossard, all over. 4-2 straight from the kickoff. Wales thought they were back in the game, and that was deadly from Belgium. Leandro Trossard gets the fourth, and that is game, set and match. Belgium get the win. They are top of the group, and automatic qualification is in their hands. Wales 2, Belgium 4.
Yeah, Wales, with all the adrenaline running through their veins, they go to press and they don't get it right. Then in an instant it's 4v4, and it's Doku driving in from the left-hand side. Clever reverse pass. And as it's cut back across the box, Van Aken looks like he's going to take on, just lets it run, and Trossard is on his own, 7 yards out, left-footed. Bit of a scrappy finish. It goes between the legs of Carl Darlow, but just as Wales get that little bit of hope, it's taken away from them, and Belgium have their fourth.
7 minutes of added time. Wales now need 2 goals again to try and get back level. So that mood of optimism very quickly punctured, and Doku again darting down the left, starting it all. Trossard with the finish. A couple of amazing games between these two nations again in this group. In June, Belgium 4, Wales 3. Belgium, remember, 3-0 up in the first half. Wales got it back to 3-3, and then De Bruyne did them at the death. And tonight, Wales 2, Belgium 4. North Macedonia 1, Kazakhstan 1. Still in this group. Here's Nico Williams down the right. Can Wales get themselves another goal? Not with that cross. That's intercepted. Little pass around the corner from Van Aken towards Doku. Bumps into Ampadu in central midfield. Full time at Windsor Park quickly. Nicola McCarthy.
Yes, it's finished. Northern Ireland 0, Germany 1. It was a highly entertaining second half here at Windsor Park. Northern Ireland, they gave it everything in the quest for an equaliser. They came close on a number of occasions. The Germans, they took a deserved lead in the first half after 31 minutes. Nick Voldemade with a header, the goal that has separated these two sides on the night, Ali. But Northern Ireland, like I say, they gave it everything this second half. Michael O'Neill made a few changes. They came close on a number of occasions, but it just wasn't to be tonight. It's finished here at Windsor Park. Northern Ireland 0, Germany 1.
Nick Voldemade scoring goals for Newcastle, also scoring goals for his country. So Northern Ireland beaten. Wales look like they're going down here in added time. 7 minutes of it. Van Aken jumps. Jay De Silva is there. Lofts the ball high with his left foot. Kiefer Moore leaps to try and win a header. Just while we were listening to the full-time report from Windsor Park, there was a Sorba Thomas cross in from the left-hand side that very nearly found Moore at the far post. Doku streaking away again for Belgium. Can they find a fifth? Cabango backpedaling. Doku angles tight, looks for the cross, and it shaves the far post and goes behind. And there was a touch on that from a Welsh defender, so that is going to be a corner to Belgium. Malik Fofana at the far post, not far away from converting that.
Yeah, Jeremy Doku, he's just impossible to play against when he's in this sort of form. They just spin a ball in behind Wales, and he's so quick, he's onto it. I think Cabango backed up towards his own goal, drop of the shoulder as usual, flashes it across the front of the box. It just takes a little nick off a Welsh boot out for a corner, but there was a tap-in waited at the back post for Van Aken. But Jeremy Doku, he has lit up this game.
The dizzying Doku. Belgian fans, scarves above their heads in that corner of the ground, diagonally opposite to us. Wales fans heading for the exits now. Wales 2, Belgium 4, which means winning the group. Probably beyond Wales. Certainly need favours from other teams to do that. Last two games next month. Liechtenstein away. Important one possibly. North Macedonia home in the last group game. Courtois clears with his left foot. Doku tries to bring that down inside the Wales half. Cabango wins a header. Moore wins the next one. It falls to Brennan Johnson. Johnson has Fofana behind him. Turns, sees Williams running away down the right for Wales, but still inside their own half. Back it comes to Rodon. Rodon comes charging forward, waves Welsh teammates forward as he crosses the halfway line. Passes left to the short, stocky figure of De Silva. Wide to Thomas, who has looked dangerous on this left-hand side again for Wales. Back it comes to De Silva. De Silva returns it to Cabango, forward to Rodon. Belgium drop deep. Deep in added time here at the Cardiff City Stadium. Rodon, pacey pass into the feet of Moore, looks for the layoff of Broadhead. Belgium pass out with Van Aken, and here he is, he's the outlet every time, and it's an absolute nightmare for the Welsh defenders. Doku on the ball again, back to Trossard. Trossard across to Raskin. Raskin, ball to his right to De Bast, and De Bast comes back to his goalkeeper Thibaut Courtois. Courtois across to the left-hand side, so it possibly, Dave, looks like it's most likely to be playoffs again for Wales if they are going to reach the major tournament. Of course, for the Euros, the last Euros didn't make it, beaten here by Poland on penalties. The experience before that for World Cup 22 was a more positive one with the home wins against Austria and Ukraine, but it's probably going to be the route now.
Yeah, it looks like it'll have to be unless there's some upsets in the final round of games and Belgium drop points, which can happen, but it's unlikely. They've played North Macedonia twice, they've played Wales twice, so the games they have remaining against Kazakhstan and Liechtenstein, you would think would be quite simple for them to get through. But football's a funny old game, but Wales will have to finish the group strong themselves to go in with a little bit of confidence.
Thomas's ball in towards Moore. Courtois saw the danger there. Big man against big man, came out through a big white-gloved right, fisted it and powered the ball away. Throw in from Williams on the right-hand side. We've got 90 seconds remaining of this game. Nathan Broadhead's second goal for Wales lit the stadium up, and then Belgium immediately turned the lights off with the Trossard goal to get the fourth. Another cross in from Thomas. There's the header from Wilson, couldn't get it on target. Witsel hooks it away up towards Doku. Cabango tries to get in front of him. Dangerous thing to do, but did it. Got a foot on the ball, and Wales come again. Can they find a third? Here's Thomas on the left, inside the penalty area. Low cross into the near post, blocked. Might fall to De Silva, chests it down. Little pass to his right to Johnson. Back it comes to Cabango. Cabango's 40 yards from goal in a central position. Feeds it forward for Johnson. Across it comes to Harry Wilson. Back to Rodon. 40 seconds remaining. Wales have given it everything, as they always do. Craig Bellamy still pacing up and down that touchline away to our left, but it's going to be a third consecutive defeat for his team. 2 of those in friendlies, of course, against Canada and England. This one more important tonight against Belgium. But he'll still be dreaming about taking Wales to the World Cup in the USA, Canada and Mexico next summer. 15 seconds to play. Here's Thomas. Thomas back to Cabango, forward to Ampadu. Ampadu inside the Belgian half. Last throw of the dice. Forward it goes to Nico Williams. Prods it back to Wilson. Cross with the outside of the right boot. Foul there on Wilson, this time on the edge of the penalty area. So Wales will get a strike on goal, probably with the very last kick of the game. And I imagine Harry Wilson might fancy this.
Yeah, it'd be nice. I think the effort that this Welsh team are putting, you can see them all now, they're down on their haunches. They really have given their absolute all. The intensity they've tried to play at has been admirable. Also, there's been bits of quality in there from Belgium, which has just been a little bit too much, and along with some big decisions going against them. But it'd be nice for them to finish with a goal. Another 4-3, and Harry Wilson has the opportunity just on the edge of the box.
Wales 2, Belgium 4. Nico Williams removing mud from the studs of his left boot. Legs crossed, balancing on the right leg at the moment. Harry Wilson with that thin black hairband, tying the hair back, wreathed in sweat. Just checking where that Belgian wall is. It's on the edge of the penalty area, inside right channel, so it definitely suits that sort of zipping, curling, left-footed attempt from Harry Wilson. Shot to nothing really, because they're 2 goals down, Wales. Williams takes a couple of steps back. Sure, it's going to be Wilson though. No, Wilson slides it across. Sorba Thomas hits it low, takes a deflection, behind for the corner, end of the game. Wales have been beaten in the big one tonight. Belgium have done the job in Cardiff. They go top of this group. Automatic qualification is in their hands. And Wales winning this group now looks very unlikely indeed. So the playoffs looks like the most likely route for Wales to get to that World Cup next summer. Early lead they got from Joe Rodon. Then the big call of the game that sort of swung it in Belgium's favour. It was only for the equaliser. A debatable penalty given for handball against Ethan Ampadu. De Bruyne stuck it away. Belgium then got themselves in front through Thomas Meunier. Wales started the second half well. Then another penalty for Belgium made it 3-1. Belgium looked like they were coasting to the finish. Broadhead gave Wales hope at the end, but as soon as he'd done that, it was extinguished by Leandro Trossard. Wales 2, Belgium 4. Final score in Cardiff.